Terraria is a game with an incredible variety of enemies, and today I have to beat every single one, every event, every boss, every mini-boss, to complete this run. But the challenge is, I'm only going to have one attempt and one life. So if at any point I die, the run is over. Now, I made 2 videos like this before, where I tried to complete hardcore master mode with a single life. And if you look at the length of those videos, I didn't do it. I ended up dying. But that was in master mode, where enemies can 1-tap you and 2-tap you right off the start, and the game's just way harder. So I feel like if I can play the game on expert mode, even though I only have 1 life, I think I can complete the game. But because it's going to be easier, that's why I'm going to be making it my challenge to have to fight every single boss and kill them. Now, because there should be a punishment if I lose, the rule for this challenge is, if I die, I have to die in real life too. That's the rule. So we're gonna be taking this absolutely seriously, and my life is on the line. So let's see if I can do it. Go ahead and take off that floppy hair because I'm a bald man. Yeah, I love being green. I'm like the Terraria version of Dream, so.
What?
Yeah, okay, here we go. Just spawn in here. I don't know what evil biome we have. I didn't look as I spawned in. Now, the biggest problem with me doing expert mode and successfully completing it without dying is literally gonna be not playing stupid. Expert mode is so much easier than master mode, in my opinion, and I haven't played it in years, so I had no idea how difficult the enemies were gonna be. In master mode, something like a face monster can 2-tap you, a spider can 1-tap you, so I know the threat. But instantly in this run, I go to the right side and I come across the desert, which always happens in every hardcore run I do. And I came across some vultures. So I don't even... Do I even need to be, like, worried about these guys? I mean... I do 3 damage? Wait. Honestly, I was just really confused whether I needed to play extremely safe around these guys or not. One of the first things I noticed is that in expert mode, the enemies take more knockback. That could just be my brain playing tricks on me, but it was very easy to just stand still and kill a vulture with no problem. Okay. Okay, wait, genuinely I could die. I took a fat hit from that antlion, and I took nearly 2 hearts of damage, which does put it into perspective for me that I can die at any point, genuinely. So it's not that easy. I grab a bunch of cactus, and I box up this eater, and I make full cactus armor. All right, cool. And we got the full set. I'm also gonna make a cactus pickaxe. Is that even better? I doubt it. And then I come across the snow biome. Ice biome. In my first video doing hardcore 1 attempt on master mode, I made the mistake of going into the underground snow biome because I figured it was the easiest biome considering it's the only biome where worms can't spawn. So I do that and I ended up dying to an ice bat in my first video. But that was master mode. I think expert mode we might have a chance here. And the snow biome can offer a lot of good stuff. Alright, I do want the Flink's outfit and stuff. I want all the Flink's gear. I think that's going to be my goal here. That's what I was going for in the first video I did on this before I died. To an ice bat. Let's do a Helen Keller drop. Okay, there's a pressure plate there. Bro, imagine I dropped on that little piece of snow. Like, that's something I would do. That's why you need to use the Helen Keller method right there. It's essential. Okay. We could probably... Oh my gosh. I almost stopped on that. In master mode, that 1-taps. I don't know about expert mode. Helen Keller that? Okay. Yes. We got another dart trap. We got our first heart crystal. This is easy, dude. Nah, if the spawn rates are also lower, this is a free win. I don't think I'm going to grab the tungsten. I never grab tungsten. I'm just not a tungsten guy. Do we have recall potions, by the way? We don't. Still no. Let's Helen Keller him for some light. Alright. This is going to be like the most slow, grueling, like true experience of hardcore, by the way. You'll never see anything like it anywhere else. Let's just bomb these guys, right? Bomb them. I missed my first bomb. Ooh, Kobe. Okay. Oh, the ice bat's released. I just released an ice bat. Let's make some torches and then drop some down there. I feel like I could fight him with my sword. Can I not? Can I not fight him with my sword? I don't want to try it. Hell no. I have 1 attempt here. There's genuinely no restarting. Whatever happens, I do have to post it. That's the rule. Oh my gosh! No, yup, box him up, box him up. Oh my gosh, bro, what? Oh, he's going up. He's trying to flank. He's smart. No, but he was just juking me the whole time. He might come back down. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh, he fit in my hole. Let's try to mine up this gold. Man, I could use some water, bro. I'm getting parched. I'm getting dehydrated, and that's my weakness. All right, I'm gonna drop down here. Just light things up. I just need a chest here. We could use slush here to block them off, or even kill them if they die. Okay, we mostly blocked them off. Let's just try to silt him. There we go, okay. Okay, wait. Chest. Can he jump that high? Helen Keller him real quick. He ran. He got scared. Oh my gosh. Build. Dude, not being able to see is crazy. Dude, we got a bookshelf here. Snowball launcher and hunter potion. Deadly. It's deadly. Bro. Oh, another chest. So after getting the snowball cannon, I was able to farm flinxes and actually fight enemies pretty easily now. Although I didn't really know that yet. I was still scared out of my mind. All right, yes. Give me your... Whoa! Whoa! There's multiple. I ended up getting ice skates out of this chest, which is the most problematic item I ended up getting. I've never used them before, so I didn't know they make you faster on ice, and it would kind of mess me up as I go here. But I farm up a couple more flinxes and continue down, going lower. Keep the nymph off me. Oh my gosh, she actually has a lot of HP. I nearly just got myself killed. For what? Until eventually I hear enemies dying. Wait, someone just died. I just heard it. That means the skeleton merchant spawned and either died or killed someone. Oh, he's fighting. I hear him. Yeah, someone's dying. Turns out it wasn't the skeleton merchant. It was lava. Let's break this pressure plate. Oh, dude. Provide extra mobility on ice. So you're telling me they're just going to change my speed and throw off my like precision randomly? Talk about being horrible. And as I'm mining over it, an enemy drops on my head. Not just once though, a second time as well. And luckily I got my first recall potion while I was down here. That's the longest I ever went without getting a recall potion. I've never reached lava levels without getting one. But hey, I'm not complaining. Down here I found a minecart track and I mined up some gems for my first grappling hook that I can make once I return to the surface. I mined up a couple small patches of gold and also farmed a flinx while I was down here. Dude, this freaking flinx is so bouncy, bro. Chill. You're a little light expert mode enemy. Let's take on an ice bat head on. You know what? Why not? I'm not afraid of you no more. Dude, expert mode, honestly, so far this seems very doable. This is not like master mode at all. All right, well, we probably have enough flinx fur to make the full set and to make a summon. I'm not really sure how much you need. Okay, wait, let's check. 18? We have plenty, bro. How much gold do we have? 92? Probably plenty. Let's get maybe a little bit more lead, get that chest from earlier, and then we should just head out. I hear a lizard down here. Oh, another minecart track? Hold up. Let's just box him off. He's going to come over here. Oh, we can't because of the minecart. I've never seen a freaking orange lizard. One more block should do it. Yep, there we go. Hermes boots, menacing. Spunker potions. Doran's potions. I'll drink both those because yeah, I can. Why do I hear a pressure plate activating? Do you guys hear that? You hear that? Oh, are these bats from a statue being spawned? Bro, who's down here? Oh, there's crabs. Bro, cave crabs. A bat probably touched the pressure plate, got the crabs spawning. You know what? Let's just go home. What's the point? Let's make flinx gear. Go ahead and make the flinx staff. Oh, and then I think I needed cobwebs too to make the coat. Yeah, what does the guide say about that? Yup, I needed freaking 10 silk. That's all I needed, bro. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. So once I got the flinx jacket, I now had an extra summon and I do more summoning damage, which makes me feel confident enough to want to go to the jungle. Usually going to the jungle is completely off limits for most of early hard mode for me, but most of the mobs in the underground snow biome felt really easy to kill. I think I was completely overreacting. I was playing like it was master mode, and I gotta realize it's expert mode. This is way easier. Normally these snatchers / man-eaters will one-tap in master mode. Also, I think a lot of hornets will kill you in one hit too, but I fought a hornet and I didn't even take that much damage. I killed them pretty easy, and then I find multiple life crystals too, and my minions were killing them just really easy. I did want to farm them a little bit just in case I wanted jungle gear, so I purposefully killed a couple, but I was mostly just trying to avoid them. Now the one thing I was worried about though was traps, because that's something that can kill me instantly. Gotta make sure there's no traps in this water. Okay, 2 life crystals, bam. Let's throw a glow stick in here to check for pressure plates and piranhas. Oh, nature's gift. Armored. 3 extra defense on a random rose I just found in the jungle. Oh, there's a man-eater down there. Did y'all see that? If he found me while I was in a hole, bro, that's not a good look. 2 chests here, and a life crystal to my left. Not only are we about to beat expert mode, but we're also about to speedrun it. Climbing claws, fleeting. I'll put that on. All right. Oh, this is trapped. I almost opened it. Oh my gosh. Dude, thank goodness my eyes are peeled, bro. Break that TNT. All right. Mace. I'll take her. I'll take her. Now, another reason I'm down here is because I wanted to fish in the jungle to get the summoning potions, which increase your max number of summons. And thankfully enough, I found a fishing rod while I was here. Flower boots. Just kidding. So I made a wooden fishing rod and started fishing for these variegated lardfish used for the potions. And I fished for about 40 minutes and I got about 12 of them, which allowed me to make one single summoning potion. Yeah, I didn't grab enough moon glow. And that very night, the Eye of Cthulhu was coming, which is going to be the first boss we have to beat, along with every other boss in the game and mini boss. So let's take a gander at how hard the expert mode bosses really are. Honestly, I'm just gonna use a snowball cannon. You know, I just bought the whip, but there's no point in forcing myself to use such a crummy item. Like, I'm gonna just use the snowball cannon, which will be way better. Our 3 dudes will clear out the eyeballs. Honestly, I feel kind of slow. Oh, star. Is it this way? Dude, I was trying to lead it to him. That was so close. Okay, so he does have a second phase in an expert mode, of course. It's not as deadly as the master mode one. Star. I heard a star to my left. He's freaking out. But he does, like, no damage. Yo, expert mode is easy. Well, yeah, no, it's easy-ish. So killing the Eye of Cthulhu felt really easy. I felt like I was waiting for, like, a third phase to happen or something, but he was just literally just that easy. This expert mode thing is kind of feeling like classic mode, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is all I needed to be able to beat the game without dying. It's just a slight ease up on the difficulty. So anyways, then I go to make preparations to kill the brain. I went and found the crimson and blew up a couple heart crystals. But to kill the brain, I should probably get the snap thorn, which is the jungle whip, instead of using this leather one I got from the frickin' bestiality girl. I don't even know if that's the right phrase. No, that definitely means animal intercourse. Okay, that is not the right word. So I go back to the jungle to farm these enemies for stingers, vines, and spores, which will allow me to make that weapon. And I also take the time to mine some frickin' moon glow up. I'd passed so much of it, apparently. Was that the ice gates that just pushed me off there? Or did I just fall? Oh my gosh, these are some of the strongest enemies in the game. I'm leaving. There was a gladiator, a man-eater, and a nymph. Yeah, okay. That was smart decision. And I am indeed wearing the ice skates. That is what made me slip off there. That is indeed what freaking almost killed me. And after doing that, I made the snapthorn, didn't die to any traps, and I also made a bunch of the summoning potions. And I go to fight this boss, the brain, but as I prep the arena, a blood moon happens. Wait. Which was part of my plan. If I box up a little bit of water and I do some blood moon fishing, right now I'm just using a hoik to throw my rod through the wall, I can summon these little blood moon enemies, which can drop the frog summon. The item is kind of rare, not really. So I just took the entire night, spent that time summoning as many as I could. I was getting dude after dude after dude. I think we had like 10 of them in here. And the first one I killed dropped the summon. So hey, I'll take it. Okay. Originally, I wasn't going to fight the brain of Cthulhu with the frog summons. I felt like that might have been a little overboard, seeing how easy the Eye of Cthulhu was. But hey, I'll take the extra preparation. I feel like that was just God intervening, like, yo, buddy, you're about to die here. Let me get you the frog summon. So I spawn in the brain, and this is how the fight goes. Remember, we can dash and use the ice to move quick. Whoa! Why am I healing already? That was probably a waste. Oh well. And I grabbed that heart when I was full HP. It's fine. It's fine. Pretty easy, but his first phase is always easy anyways. A worm? I'm pretty sure worms can't spawn on the crimson. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I don't think he can even touch me. Oh! Maybe? And yeah. Alright. Alright, after the brain, I immediately took the drops and went to make obsidian armor, which is going to be used for all the other bosses I have to kill in pre-hard mode still. There's like 4 or 5 of them left. I was missing obsidian, so I went underground, deep underground, back to that lava pool I found earlier and started mining it up. It was a pretty safe process for the most parts. Almost got buried. Whoa. But you could genuinely get buried in lava. It's a thing you got to watch out for. I went to make the armor, and it wasn't working for some reason, so I checked the recipe, and apparently you need a hell forge to make this pretty early game armor. So now at this point, I found myself going to hell, which is not something I planned on doing at this point of the game at all. I had a close little encounter with Tim, but my minions handled him. Tim, the minions are on that. Yeah, appreciate it. And then I mined down and went to drop into hell to see if I could get a hell forge quickly. All right, we're just gonna grapple the ceiling. Grapple the ceiling. Is there... Okay. Hellforge. Hellforge right here. I think we can pick it up now with this pickaxe. Yeah, we just take it home. Alright. All that work just for this stupid little outfit. Pretty much. 27 defense? How do we have 27 defense? Oh, I mean, I'll take it. Like, that. We should be able to easily kill Skeletron then. We don't really have a weapon to kill him. Do we have the arms dealer? We don't. I feel like we should, but we just don't. Snapthorn. We could use a Snapthorn, I guess, on him. So I traveled to the right side of my world and I came across the dungeon and began setting up an arena. I didn't know if I could kill him yet, if I had to prepare more somehow, maybe switch my weapon. But I wanted to just really take a gander at how difficult he was going to be. Or if I could just kill him right now. So I finished up the arena and I spawn him in. Buff up. Spawn an extra Jimmy in. I have no idea, like, how hard he's going to be. Usually, he's pretty hard for me in master mode. I mean, you guys already know that. If you just focus on his hands, hopefully a star will hit him. I can't keep relying on that, though. And why didn't I make my arena big enough to, like, not have to freaking do all that? I just gotta wait for him to go slap his hands, and then I do a dodge. Yeah. Go for the hand, minions. Go for the hand. Oh, shoot. Okay. Recalls need to get ready. I might have to recall here. I'm being stupid. I'm being so dumb. Almost got me with that one. Okay. Wow, I'm horrible. So, yeah, we couldn't kill him. Because the arena was way too small. I feel like that was my problem. But before I could change it, the Goblin army showed up. And I feel like this is a good time to kind of talk about the rules in this challenge or what we're actually going for. The objective is to kill every boss and mini-boss in the game. Not every event, but a lot of the events, most of them, almost all of them, have mini-bosses inside of them. So that's why we're going to be doing the events too. But an event like the Goblin army doesn't have any. And this event was actually, like, super freaking easy. Now, technically, there's mini-bosses like the Paladin, the Ice Giant, the Sandstorm Girl, that one enemy in the hard mode Goblin Army. Those do not count. They don't have a boss bar, so I'm not counting it. So I beat the Goblin army, and it was still daytime, so I decided why not fight the Old Ones army. So I cleared out a little area, and I put down this crystal. In this event, there is a mini-boss we do have to beat, but also I could get a sentry for the Skeletron fight, which I thought, hey, might as well. I mean, that'll help. It's something we can do during the daytime. Now, I didn't actually know how hard this was going to be because we just unlocked the event after killing the brain, and I found the Tavern Keeper slumped up on the ground. Oh, and Hellbilly. So am I going to be strong enough to beat this, or am I literally just, like, getting myself killed? I was using spiky balls and an explosive trap I bought from the Tavern Keeper before I started the event, and that was working really well for the first wave, the second wave, and even the third wave too, like, easy as heck. But now, like, wyverns were coming in this next wave, so I was keeping my eyes peeled. Dude, they're dying to the traps. The ground traps. There we go, we got a couple. But they didn't seem to be much of a problem. And now the Dark Mage was about to spawn in on this final wave. Then I'm just going to drop 1,000,000 spiky balls, which I don't even know if he'll go in them because he floats, that little mage boss. But if he does, I mean, he's cooked. He always spawns on this side. Oh, that thing hurts. Do not let that hit me. And he's Clash of Clanning. He's Clash of Clanning. Taking a couple hearts of damage. There's his Clash of Clan enemies. And he's dead, okay. Scarf! Dude, that improves summoning damage. I didn't even think about that. Going back to the Skeletron fight, I improved the arena once again. I built a bunch more platforms on the right side. And I also opened up an area in the dungeon, like, so I could run through it just in case I got separated on the other side, which happened last time. So we're learning from our mistakes, even though I suck. And I spawn him in. And I'm pretty confident with everything I have that I can take this guy out now. The more damage, the sentries. Of course, I just popped a summoning potion as well. Yeah, this part's going way better. Whoa, as I walk into him. What am I, dumb? How am I half HP? There we go. Both are gone. Now, I made this area over here that should help me with the fight. There's just like a bunch of blocks, so I think he might get confused and not be able to shoot his skulls or whatever. If he can't see me. And my summons should just fight him. Yeah, he's not shooting them, you see? One of my summons is so dumb. Where are you going? Now he's sculling. Over his head. Nope. Nope. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Over his head? Yep, so that was the closest I got to dying this entire time. Almost as close as how close I got to dying when I found the crabs. Now, to make sure I kill this dude the next time, what I do is I find the Goblin Tinkerer, and I create some frog boots, which opens up another accessory slot, so I can have some extra defense, and I reforge some of my stuff for more defense and damage. But when I go back to fight him again, I lost again. A stick arm zombie. To like the most unfortunate circumstances. I thought expert mode was supposed to be easy. So once again, I improve my arena. I make it way bigger. And my strategy was to just put a long flat platform on the top and then blocks above my head. I just felt like I didn't have a lot of horizontal movement here. I also flattened out the top of the dungeon so it's not getting in my way, so I don't have to jump over it every time I go by. And I just made staircases instead. This should allow us to beat his first phase extremely easy. And for his second phase, the blocks above my head should keep him from shooting his skulls. Let's see. And I can hit him through the blocks, right? Yeah, I can. Wow. Since when was that a feature? Take him slow. Dash. Yep. Get him back up to the blocks, hopefully. Yes. My minions are so dumb, though. Like, talk about being horrible. Look at y'all just sitting there. Like, go fight him. Walk him straight, and then he's gonna go back above the platform. Yep, just go up there. Now he's moving too quick for them to catch up. They're so bad. They're so bad. Yes, get him. I'm gonna go under and then dash. Nope. Oh. Dude, I'm like borderline like getting myself deaded. All right, I'm low, but he's dead. Okay, all we needed was the freaking platform. Literally all I needed. Finally. Bone glove. Go ahead and... That's the fastest trash I've ever done. There we go. So now with Skeletron defeated, I really only have the wall of flesh left in pre-hard mode, and also Deerclops as a real obstacle for me. But for now, let's take care of the other bosses we just have to get out of the way. They're bosses that are usually easier than Skeletron, so they shouldn't be much of a problem. But what I'm most worried about now is I'm starting to get pretty far in the run. This is actually the furthest I've ever gotten in hardcore playing solo, and I'm extremely terrified of stepping on a trap underground and getting one-tapped by a boulder or dynamite. But thankfully, after killing Skeletron, the Dryad will sell Shiverthorn planter boxes, so I bought a bunch of those and started setting them up at the base. Because with Shiverthorn, you can make danger sense potions, which reveal traps on your screen at all times. Thank God for that, because without that, bro, I don't think we could complete this challenge, genuinely. Anytime I'd go underground and without 100% focus, I would just die. Or at least I'd be running the risk of dying. So I'd go around and try to find as much Shiverthorn as I can, but there was pretty much none around. And I only had a single seed of it, so I planted it. And while I was waiting for the Shiverthorn to grow, I decided to set up a crimson fishing area to the top right of my base. I was also really worried that I would fall while making this, so I put like extra precaution everywhere. Rope below me, platforms of multiple levels below me. And you're not hearing the audio of me building because I was listening to a World War II documentary at this point.
The Japanese fought this war with exceptional brutality.
Not a joke. I wanted this fishing area so I can get rage potions, which will increase my critical strike by 10%. So I make a few of those. And by that time, some of the Shiverthorn had grown. I had 4 plants now. And I was able to make 2 danger sense potions. And with those potions, I went to the underground jungle. And now I could see all the traps and crap. So I was pretty much safe enough to go find a queen bee hive. Whoa, look, a pressure plate on the freaking track, dude. That always seems to happen to me. People say that never happens to them. Like, I've never seen that. And like every world I do, that happens. It was only a dart trap, but dude, explosive traps on the minecart track, brother. Now, even though I already beat Skeletron, I never upgraded my loot past Skeletron level, so this fight is kind of sketchy, and I also made the bold choice to try to beat her with the least amount of potions as possible. I didn't want to use my rage potions or my summoning potions, so I only popped an iron skin, and it didn't help that this dude smacked me in the face because I was itching my nose. Although I did not mean for her to hit me in the face there, I was itching my nose. The real only danger here is going to be like the poison damage she does, but if you didn't know, honey completely nullifies poison, and also heals you on top of it. So there's basically kind of no risk in this fight, other than when she gets really low, she starts moving hella fast. Yeah, I'm kind of getting low. Jeez. Easy. But I take her out, and then right after, I fight King Slime as well. He was super freaking easy. I fought him twice. Which leaves Deerclops in the Eater Worlds before the Wall of Flesh. And the Eater Worlds, you can't actually spawn in a Crimson World until hard mode, which leaves Deerclops for us to fight. And Deerclops is a boss I've never beaten without either dying or recalling away mid-fight. I usually struggle with this boss more than Skeletron. That's a fun fact for you. But I've also never fought him on expert mode. The problem with Deerclops is he's not supposed to be fought like the other bosses in the game. He's a don't starve boss where you're supposed to fight him by standing under him during the fight. If you try to fly up in the air, he'll spawn like 4 shadow hands on you. If you get too far away, he'll go invincible. So it really forces you to fight him by being under him, but then he sprays you with ice. However, I did learn a trick that I think might help us here.
Slavery. What did he say?
Correct!
By enslaving animals and caging them up, I can make terrariums. And terrariums do not count as a platform or a block. So when Deerclops does his ice attack, it won't happen on the ground level. It'll happen below the terrariums because it doesn't recognize the terrariums as a block. So what I do is I make about 6 of these things and I set them up under my feet after flattening out the snow biome. And I got all the materials and I crafted some summons and I went to fight this dude. I also placed a platform right above my head that I was going to throw spiky balls on, hoping that would give me a little bit more damage. I was really scared here, I'm not going to lie, bro. Buff up, spawn an extra Jimmy, and then here we go. We're just dead. We're just dead. Yup, he's going to ice us, but if we're here... Oh! Okay. Ow! Ow! Dude, why am I dashing into him? I'm trying to dash through him. Grapple. I'm trying to get to my stuff. Okay, maybe I should just, like, grapple? I don't know. This is really dumb. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Alright, we're dodging him, kinda. I can genuinely die here. I'll recall if I go to, like, 5, 6 hearts. How am I taking damage? Like, from what? The hands? I guess just the hands. Get heal in 16 seconds. I can heal so soon. I can heal so soon. I healed. Okay. That was so risky. I probably should have just left. That was way too risky. Like, why am I just sitting here at 4 hearts fighting him? Armored bone helm. I'll wear that. Take off the flower. Alright, so after Deerclops, it was time for the wall of flesh. But first, I went back to the jungle to kill another queen bee so I can get the bee armor. So my defense goes down, but I get an extra frog. Cool. Now, I also realized I never got the bewitching table from Skeletron, so I went to the dungeon to try to see if I could find one of those. Down in the dungeon, just grazing against a spike can do a whole bunch of damage and also give you bleeding effects, which just keeps your health lowered without you even realizing all the time. Whoa! Why did that scare me way more than I should have. Combined with this little effect that you can get from hitting these skulls, it can give you a debuff that prevents you from using any items, no recalls, no weapons, no building. So if I got caught between a couple enemies and I get this debuff, it wasn't going to be good. How have I explored, like, that much and not found anything, bro? These minions are just in the wall, bro, not helping. The frogs would have been better for this. Shadow key. Shadow key. Oh, and a bewitching table. Right over there. And then I started digging my elevator with an obsidian skin potion, as you could tell. Another explosive trap. I'm breaking that just cause. Don't want to step on that in hard mode. I just switched the timeline with that play, bro. That was a canon event I just avoided. And once I reached hell, I wanted to collect hellstone so I can make a hellstone pickaxe and also get the imp staff, which is going to be the best summon I can get. Oh my gosh, I just got demon scythed through the lava, bro, from a dude off my screen. A bit of a rare occurrence right there. Once I had those things, it was time to make a elevator, and because I'm playing Summoner, I assumed it would be pretty easy to keep the mobs off me as I did this. However, that wasn't really the case. Dude, oh my, I just got so low all of a sudden. And come to think of it, dude, every time I make a elevator, it's like a canon event that I die 15 times or something, and I have to keep coming back over and over again. If you're not swinging your sword and there's hell enemies, it's like you're dead. So I kind of like locked in once I remembered that. This is a hard part of the game, making an elevator. That's like a guaranteed death part of the game for me. And I run into many mobs, bone penis, worms, and voodoo demons. Oh, voodoo demon. Kill him above the platform, please. Thank God. Now, at this time, I was also opening the shadow chests, which kept giving me some pretty interesting weapons. The only weapon I was looking for was this bow that is just my go-to weapon. It's a really fast, good bow for the wall flash fight. It's never failed me. But I kept finding magic weapons. And it did remind me that earlier we found that rose in the freaking jungle. That armored rose we just randomly got. And I could turn that into the magic potion accessory thing that automatically uses mana potions. And I could use one of these magic weapons, which was my plan. I decided to go with the flower. Fire flower, also a pretty good weapon. Alright guys, so clearly I've been preparing for the wall flash this whole time, right? And now let's talk about the wall flash for a second. This big boy, honestly, he's not even as big of a threat as like Deerclops or Skeletron. I mean with Deerclops you can recall away, which I almost didn't, you know, I almost died thinking about whether I should recall or not. recall away from Skeletron like 4 or 5 times. With the wall of flesh, you cannot recall away from him. That's like the thing about the fight. It's kind of like Queen Bee. Queen Bee, if you try to recall away, she'll follow you home, which, you know, you could kill her. Maybe you survive. Wall of flesh, it just kills you to recall away. So I had to make sure that I was 159% prepared for this fight. First of all, I examined whether the flower or the demon scythe would be stronger. I assume the flower is better because you get it later. That just makes sense to me. Or I forged all my stuff with like the 90 gold I had, but the goblin scammed the hell out of me. I ran out of money. And then I started looking at the potions, and I honestly just started grabbing like every potion I could, bro. If I could make the gender change potion, I mean, I would have. Maybe boobs make you more aerodynamic. But I didn't want to lose this fight because, oh, I didn't drink a Thorns potion, and I got the wall flesh down to 20 HP, and then I died. And if I had the Thorns potion, he would have died because he hit me, and then, you know. So I made literally everything I could. It's been a minute since I fought Wall of Flesh, dude. Like a long minute. Oh, this is the end of the platform. All right, here we go. I'm gonna drop her in. Buff up. Here we go. I'm not doing like any damage. Uh-oh. I'm gonna switch between the whip and the flower depending on how much mana I have, I think. I can still heal. I haven't healed yet. Alright, I'm healing. I probably want to get far away. Don't want to be up close so I can whip him. We're done with the whip for now, I think. We are done with that. Why is there an enemy spawning on me? Alright, less than half HP. Is there any reason to even be close to him? Probably not. I mean, these are going to hit him regardless. Let my mana regen, so I don't sacrifice damage by healing with the mana potions. Oh, lava slime on me? Bro, what's the deal with that? Every time we pop a mana potion, our damage goes down, so I'm going to try not to pop any. Just let the mana heal up. We're taking, like, no damage. This is, like, embarrassing, bro. Oh, an enemy just spawned on me again, bro. And... oh my gosh, we're in hard mode. We are in hard mode. Demon Hearts, extra accessory, Ranger emblem, and a Ranger gun. Okay, cool. Now, I'd love to say that we're halfway through the game now, that we're in hard mode, but we have multiple events with multiple mini-bosses in them. The Pumpkin Moon has 2. The Frost Moon has 3. We have to fight alien spaceships, Moon Lord, Empress of Light, Duke Fishron. We're more like 1/3 of the way through the game, even though we just entered hard mode. But there's 3 bosses in the beginning of hard mode, primarily the mech bosses, which I need to take out, and then we can go from there. And to do that, I need a hard mode armor set and also a hard mode weapon. The first thing I do is I expand on my houses right when I get into hard mode, just using whatever materials, you know, I had, so don't even judge. And what ends up happening is I'm not really paying attention. I'm not really even noticing that it's hard mode. You know, I haven't even seen an enemy yet, because when you're around your NPCs, spawn rates are lowered, and this happens. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Okay. That dude got me lower than the wall flesh did. That just puts it into perspective, like, what hard mode's gonna be like. Now, I said that put things into perspective for me, but not really. Because after this, I go to make my first corruption biome. I wanted to fish in the corruption to see, you know, what I could get, because we can actually make a corruption biome now that we're in hard mode. I bought it from the Dryad. You know what? Yeah, let's turn this into a corruption area. And while I was doing this, once again, I wasn't really paying attention, and I got an even worse surprise. Oh my gosh! What? Where's the nurse? Oh my gosh, good thing I don't have any debuffs. Bro, I'm like, what am I doing? I got down the lowest I've ever been in this entire run. Just randomly, not even from a boss, just like a couple enemies I wasn't paying attention to, which truly put it into perspective for me. This enemy has got me lower than any boss has. The way I was playing versus the ice bats in the beginning of the game is how I should be playing against these guys now. I got so used to just breezing through the bosses, I forgot that, like, oh shoot, we have to, like, recalibrate and come up with a plan, because I can't even exist in my world. It's dangerous. Now, I went back to that fishing area so I could get the Toxicarp and Wrath potions, which would both be huge ways to level up without actually having to put myself in danger. Or that's what I thought, because if you notice, all the corrupted blocks are on my screen, so I was thinking, well, there's no corrupted blocks around me for, like, something like A world feeder? That's a crazy name. That's how you know it's dangerous. There's no blocks for a world feeder to spawn on, so like I'm safe here. But world feeders were spawning regardless. Is it a worm? What type of worm is that? The wiki doesn't even show the sprite fully, but they are literally monstrous. Like demigods, bro. So I didn't actually feel safe fishing there. Now, another option we have is I could break a demon altar and just mine up hard mode ores. However, if you didn't know, when you break a demon altar, it actually invites the pirates to come to your world. If you don't break any, they can't even come. So I didn't really want to invite them into my world yet. Nor did I want to go underground with some of the highest damage enemies and try to mine if I can't even, you know, face a mummy, let alone like something in the dark. So at this point I was like, yo, wait, like how do I even get geared up? I could fish in the Crimson, but the only weapon available is the blade tongue there, and that's just literally trash. I could find a hollowed biome to fish in, but like, bro, am I really gonna fight unicorns and stuff? Like, so I took a bathroom break and I came up with a plan while peeing. So first things first, I'm taking off this dog summoner loadout. I'm sorry, I know all of you love summoner. I don't, really. And early hard mode is the worst time to use summoner because it sacrifices all of your defense, and yet your summons can't even fight a basic hard mode enemy. I had 4 dudes and they couldn't even take out one of the mummies that brutally sexually abused me. So I switched to molten armor, which luckily I had already made earlier, because if we had to travel down to the underworld and try to get more of that stuff, I just don't think it would go well. I don't know if the red devils are introduced yet or they come after you beat a mech. I don't even want to find out, so that's good. That's the first thing. Now the second thing I wanted was the star veil / star necklace. If you noticed the mummy moment, the reason I almost die here is because I suck and I didn't recall quick enough. But also, I was getting comboed. I was getting bounced between the 2 mummies like pinballs, whatever. And I went from max HP to 1 heart within 2 seconds. Same with Skeletron too. I went from 0 to 100 really quick. But with this item, every time you get hit, you have invincibility for like almost half a second after. So that gives me half a second after each time I get hit extra to realize that I need to recall away. Which, unless I'm getting like 3-tapped by a mimic, that should be enough time to, you know, realize and run. Yo, I cannot let this dude get close. I cannot let you get close. So I dig out a large area on the surface to expose dirt background walls, which allows surface mimics to spawn. And that way I don't even have to go underground to get this item. And the second thing I was also going to do was I was going to make a bed so that I could sleep through all the nights and only farm these surface mimics during the day. Unfortunately, a blood moon ends up happening that same night though. Blood moon? Oh, you can't sleep through blood moons. That's right, bro. And I farm 1 mimic that drops a grappling hook. And then a clown pulls up on me, and I do get hit by like one of his attacks pretty hard. I'm pretty sure in master mode, one of his attacks does over 400 damage. It can 1-tap you. And after that happened, I just sit in my house the rest of the night, bro. I'm not even trying to go out there. The clown's laughs were haunting me. Dude, what the heck? Bro. Dude was laughing in my ear. So I farm for a really long time and I get the item. But what I think is crazy is I didn't get hit by any of these mimics, but I did almost die in the surface. I slept through every night, only farm mimics during the day, and I was still in danger because I went to kill a jellyfish, and look what happens. Ah! 180 damage, bro, from hitting a jellyfish with its shield up? Bro, like, what? Why? More than half my HP gone with 1 single swing. If I didn't have an invincibility frame when my second slash went through that jellyfish, I literally would have died. And it's just so crazy. It's not even master mode either. Now, those things really aren't predictable, so I'm not going to try to predict moments like that. But I had another moment like that right after this, because I went to prepare for the pirates, right? I'm about to break a demon altar, so I was thinking, okay, let's prepare for the pirates and make a giant platform in the sky with lava on it, so they spawn up there and just die while I AFK, basically. And I thought I'd be cute and throw boulders in there. You know, why not? And as I'm testing which way the boulders are going to roll, I turn them on. Oh, I see. Oh, they roll left. Okay. And then I stand there. I stand there in the way of the boulder while thinking before I eventually move, not realizing it was still on. I don't know how I'm still alive. That's not even something that we can predict. But let's focus on the things we can predict in this challenge. We can't predict me being dumb and bad, but we can predict enemies. And I can upgrade to hard mode armor. So going underground, I was the most worried about the freaking archer. He's like a 3 to 4 tap enemy. He can kill you in 3 to 4 hits in expert mode, I believe. So I was really worried and I wanted to avoid him as I mined, which I did. There's an archer down there. Sorry, sweetie, but I'm not interested. Boulder trap? Never knew that was there. I need to remove the cannon event and get rid of this trap. Switching the timeline. Yo, the ores that spawn in this biome are so voluptuous. Like, they're so just like out in the open. Oh, let's get that going again. Yep. Oh my gosh, I hate jellyfish so much. Yeah, just turn invincible for a second. Oh, a truffle worm. What? I just caught a truffle worm. Archer! Oh my gosh, jellyfish. Okay, can someone kill him? We're in water. His projectiles don't work too well. My gosh, bro. Die, bro. Please. Bro, what even is that thing, bro? Just stay back. And I didn't have an enemy marking potion, but I wish I did at this time. But I got kind of lucky. No enemies really came out of the dark to attack me. I did come across the Crimson, and I completely avoided it. But then I went into Hell, which is the easiest place to mine early ore in hard mode, for sure. And that's when some of the Crimson enemies did start attacking me. I don't even go near that ink squirter. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Oh, floaty growth in the wall. Oh my gosh. Why did I know that was going to happen? Anyways, I make full pink armor. And I did get enough titanium to make full titanium armor too. But I didn't know what class to make, because we still don't even have a good weapon to kill the mechs with. I do have a magic dagger, so I was thinking about going mage. But with mage, you have lower defense, so I was thinking melee. But with melee, the melee options versus the worm and like the mech bosses are just terrible. What am I gonna swing a meatball around trying to hit the eyes? Like, no. So I was thinking ranger or mage. And what ends up happening is the traveling merchant just shows up randomly, and he decides for me. Oh, orange Zappinator. Whoa! Is the orange Zappinator even good? I mean, I think so. I think that's extremely good for early game. First time this dude's actually sold something useful. So I also had this emblem that I wanted to shimmer into the mage emblem, but we haven't found the shimmer yet, and I was thinking, okay, well, what if we just enter the jungle and look for it? Just kidding. Imagine I went into the jungle this stage of the game. I did earlier, trying to find my hallowed biome, and honestly, I could have died. These guys do so much damage. I'm just gonna hold my recall potion in my hand. Oh, there's a turtle on me. When did that happen? It's like around every corner I'm almost dying. The jungle's not a place I'm willing to go. Not even for the shimmer. But I said, hey, why don't we just go between the ocean and the jungle, and we try to eyeball where the shimmer might be, and just dig straight down. This has never worked for me. Never. Ever. But this world, I dig right into it. You know, for all the unlucky stuff happening, we do get a bit of luck, for sure. The traveling merchant showing up, me digging into this biome. Oh, coin portal. You know, God's watching out for me. But I think he looked away when this happened. Yo, marble biome, dude. What if Medusa spawns here? Whoa! She did! She did! I'm stoned. I'm stoned. Oh my gosh, my armor just saved me. It kept them off of me, it looked like. Dude, I was just gonna say, we need to block this area off, because what if Medusa ever spawns? Yeah, I got Medusa'd, bro. And the only thing I slowed it down, keeping them off me, was my minions. It was the summons, not even the armor. The imps are the goats, dude. I hate the frogs, but the imps single-handedly saved my life here, I'm pretty sure. Dude, let's go. My imp and armor are peak. Anyway, I shimmer the emblem into the mage emblem. And then I turned this area into a hollowed area so I could farm for souls. And I farmed for 100, nearly, making sure not to shoot and anger any mimics that would spawn. And then I switched the biome to a corrupted biome, and I did the same exact thing and farmed for nearly 100 souls, and also ichor. But while I was doing this, I ended up getting the marrow, a ranged weapon, and I realized it was literally just better than the Zappinator. What? So what I end up doing is I shimmer my emblem back into a ranger emblem, and I shimmer my helmet into a ranger helmet instead, and we just switched to ranger. I was considering getting the Daedalus Stormbow, because I know everyone glazes that item, but I went in an alternate world on modded Terraria, and I just, you know, I tested the Daedalus Stormbow versus the marrow, and the Daedalus Stormbow, bro, if I'm even saying it correctly, it ain't that good. The nerfs really did it in. It's not better than the marrow. So I didn't bother trying to kill a hollowed mimic. That wasn't worth it for me. And then the next thing I do is I go to fight wyverns and farm harpy feathers so I can make angel wings. Because I do want wings for the mechanical bosses, which is going to be the last thing I'm going to do before I start fighting them. And I was kind of worried about fighting a wyvern, but it was really easy. I got like a pattern down where I could just like run straight and then jump over them when they're really close. Somehow, after playing Terraria all this time, I've never just tried to run on a straight platform while fighting one. I'm always fighting it like while running around, jumping in zero gravity, and that's why it's hard. But on a flat platform without the zero gravity, it's so easy. And I make my wings. And at the same time, it was becoming nighttime, so I thought, hey, why don't we just spawn the twins. Now, the twins are a boss I struggle with an insane amount. The twins is basically the hard mode version of Skeletron for me. It's that boss that there's more than a 50% chance I just lose the fight rather than win in master mode. But this is expert mode. However, I wasn't even sure if my gear was good enough to take this dude out. I really just wanted to take a gander at like how hard he was going to be and to see if we needed to make any changes. So I spawned them in and the fight begins instantly. We honestly just want to stay as far away from them as possible. That's a strategy in this fight. And we want to focus one. We'll try to focus the greenie. Cannot let you get close. I cannot let you get close. Now in this challenge, I'm going to try really hard not to leave the game at any point. However, for this fight, I was completely fine with leaving the game. It's a little bit of a cheap tactic, but like, you know, if we recall, we die because they're just going to pull up to my house. And as the fight keeps going worse and worse, I get the green dude ready to turn, and then I left my world. I was half HP with him getting even faster and doing more damage. Like, I wasn't about to let him turn and fight me. So we did have to make some changes. Good little test, I guess. I was half HP before the dude even turned. Like, why? Am I slow? Like, not mentally, but, you know, like, my character? Dude, look at all the things I popped. I drank every potion under the sun for that. What I ended up doing is just making the arena, like, 5 times bigger because I kept, like, going outside of the arena. And then also, I wasn't sure if I wanted to nurse spam in this challenge, if that's, like, really allowed. But in my mind, I was thinking, you know, at least 1 nurse heal per fight is definitely allowed. So I turned one of these rooms in the side of my house into a freaking like flimsy box that I can move in and out of, and I put the nurse in there and a bed just in case I need to recall at any point. And then there's also this tactic I saw in like Calamity players videos.
Damn! I hopped in his ass like Ant-Man! God damn, brother man! Woo!
I don't play Calamity. I don't think most of us vanilla players know about this because it takes a really long time to do unless you have quality life mods. But if you just hammer your platform into a stair shape, when you travel through it, you won't get stuck on it like a normal platform. Not only that, but I also realized it almost like shoots you down. Like it gives you momentum. It's like boom. And that's just a change I decided to make, well, you know, while I was waiting for it to become nighttime. And when it became nighttime, I did not have another twin summon, but I did have a Skeletron summon. So I went to try Skeletron. Buff up, spawn an extra minion. Ow, what even hit me there? I'm gonna try to stay in the air so I'm faster. I'm already taking so much damage. He's so quick. What the heck? I'm just going to spam dash. Stay in the air to avoid the bombs. Spam dash. Go so slow. He's so quick. I mean, I guess he just gets close to you. Yep. Go beneath the platforms. There we go. Get the recalls next to my bow. Don't bump. That hand is going to push me towards him because I don't have a shield. Go back the other way. As long as I'm hitting my shots, I'm dodging pretty, like, alright. If I can just hit the shots. Just got to make sure I'm not missing. Don't let him bounce me into his head. Yup, go beneath the platforms. Yup, without getting stuck on them. I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy with how I'm playing right now. I'm looking at my map, too, to know where to shoot. Yup. Don't let no hand bounce me towards him. This is going good. This is way better than the other fights. Ooh! Just gonna spam fly up. Drop beneath the platform. Yep, we're regenerating really good. I'm not going beneath like a few hearts damage. Okay, I got touched. I'm full HP. I got touched and I'm still full HP. How does that even happen? What am I, Thanos? Alright. Boom! Dude, let's try the Destroyer. I have all my buffs ready. We don't really have a good weapon for him. Matter of fact, we have the worst weapon ever. So this is probably going to be a bail. And I got to watch his head. Maybe... Oh, a cloud enemy. I just saw a cloud enemy. Maybe he'll drop the Nimbus. I'm fighting a cloud now. No, he did not drop it. I don't know how I would ever kill this dude with this weapon, but maybe I will. I'm not going to use a healing potion. I'm not low enough yet. Where's he going? Why is he flying up there? How is that even possible? Whoa! I touched his head. That's what the heal is for. That's what the heal's for. I don't know how he's getting so high up, because he wasn't earlier. Oh, he can fly. He can like swim in the platform. He's using the platform as like a block. Now, even though this fight seems pretty intense, like I could die at any moment, it's really not. I think that's just the music doing that. Really, this is like a battle of, what's the word? Nutrition? Stamina? A battle of nutrition? What's the phrase? This is just a battle of time. Because the probes drop hearts, so it's really easy to stay like full HP. So I just keep chucking away at this dude, making sure his head doesn't hit me. He did get kind of close again. I'm literally full HP, dude. Oh, he like dashed at me. Maybe a little bit more than close. But I kept fighting him, and we were able to kill him. Dude, no way. Wait, he dropped his summon? And it turns out he was pregnant too. I mean, I got a baby from killing him. Genuinely, I've never seen that happen. I don't even know the chances of that. Getting a destroyer summon from killing the destroyer. That has to be like a 0.1 million% chance. Or he was legitimately pregnant. Now, those fights were so incredibly easy to the point where it really made me question why the twins were so hard. I assumed the arena changes were helping me a good amount. But also, I just naturally struggle with the twins more. Their AI is just literally harder than the other bosses. So I did want to make one extra preparation before I tried them. If you ever saw this video I made a long time ago, there's this trick where if you kill the Eye of Cthulhu, he'll drop a bunch of hearts. And if you just keep doing that, the hearts will not despawn. And now you just have like a full heal anytime you want in your next fight. You can just run in there and pick them all up. All right. So I did that before this fight, and then I spawned them in. And instantly, I can already tell it's way easier to dodge them. And it was definitely because I hammered the platforms. Just that little bit of like not getting stuck on the platform for like 0.3 seconds and your momentum canceling, that being gone, just allowed me to easily outrun them, and they couldn't do anything. Even when Greenie went into his second phase, he couldn't catch me. I feel like this trick made me go from a bad player to a good player really quick. So you need to do this hammering method in your next run, for sure. Yes. Little sucker died, dude. It's definitely because of the platforms. Not getting stuck on the platforms is everything. Literally everything. All right, let's go closer to my hearts. Yeah, didn't even need them. Now I'm going to spawn the destroyer just so I can get more hallowed bars, just in case. Oh my goodness, there goes all my dudes. I'm going to grab some hearts. And there goes my NPCs. Why would I go over there? There goes another. Oh, well, there goes the slimes. Make a ranger helmet. Alright, so Plantera is the next main boss I want to beat, but I want to fight some of the other bosses first. Firstly, I figured we could kill the pirate boat SpongeBob boss. So I go to the ocean and I just kill enemies until I get a pirate map, and I spawn the pirates on myself. Definitely not something I thought I'd be doing, but we kind of have to. I do that and I turn on my boulders, and the reason I have this big box here is so that I could fight the ghost pirate captain from SpongeBob when the pirate captain dies. Dude, there's a block I'm stuck on. Okay, he was so easy to kill, but what the heck is that? Which is something I would have to do multiple times in this event. But those aren't the mini bosses, of course. I want to fight the ship. So I wait around for this ship, and I actually thought maybe it didn't have enough space to spawn, because usually it spawns at 50%. But for some reason, it wasn't spawning, and I was like, yo, like, is there not enough space in my arena? Like, is that too small of a space for a dude to spawn? So I leave my freaking safety net to see if this boss would spawn, and immediately I kind of start getting cooked by the mobs, and I just go back to my safety net. And unfortunately for me, the boss does spawn, and he can't touch me at all, and I can just wait for this event to be over and then challenge him one-on-one. I fight another pirate captain, and then I complete the event. I turn off my boulders right before I fight him because I don't even want to risk nothing with him. I lead him down to my arena and I start shooting at him. For some reason, he was stuck on the platform, which just worked out really well for me, and I killed him instantly and very easy. Boom! And by the way, earlier, this was actually before I even upgraded to titanium armor. I ended up taking out the Eater Worlds with my meatball. I'm just gonna put my meatball down and let it touch it. I mean, that's the game plan, right? I was still wearing my pink armor set at that time. It just didn't fit in any part of the video, so I didn't mention it. But yeah, we got him out of the way too. And the next boss I wanted to fight was the Ogre. I'm skipping Queen Slime because she's a cuck. So the pirate captain moves in, and I buy 2 cannonballs and a bunch of cannons. Actually, the other way around. And I was hoping I could just put these on either side of the crystal, and that would help me beat this invasion pretty much. And then I also made a super star shooter, because I had 140 stars as a backup method to help me beat this event. I've killed the invasion before with stars only, and with the cannonballs, I figured this would work. But very quickly, I noticed that the cannonballs literally suck. You can hold down one side at a time, but that is it. The second you go to use the other cannon, enemies are going to start coming in, and you just can't hold them all off. If you had 2 players, this would be pretty good. You know, 1 dude on each side. But I don't. So I ended up resorting to only using the star cannon for the rest of this fight, which actually was working really good because I can attack the entire army at once. Whoa! Don't come at me, bro. That probably hurts so bad. But it doesn't account for the flying dudes, which the stars can't hit. So I end up losing the event and just getting overrun. Too many birds, too many explosive birds and crap. It just wasn't going to work, which really put me in a bit of a pickle because I could go to the jungle to get glorified armor or even turtle armor and even glorified weapons and stuff, but that wouldn't really increase my damage to be able to kill these guys. Glorified sword ain't going to help me. More defense isn't going to help me kill them. And that last run exhausted all of my stars. So I was thinking maybe I could buy a hard mode sentry. That would help me. But I didn't have enough defender medals. What I should have done is farm this event in pre-hard mode and got a bunch of defender medals, which then I could buy the better stuff with, but I didn't. Also, by the way, part of the reason I wanted to do this event before going to the jungle was because I wanted to buy the Squire chest piece, which has an insane amount of defense compared to any other chest piece in the game at this time. And I can have over 100 defense if I buy this thing. So that was also my secondary goal. But how was I going to kill the freaking ogre and beat this event? Well, of course we're resorting to pushing to his limits strategies. I decided to do the method in my pushing to his limits world, where I use shimmer to catch the cannonballs and give them a longer lifespan. And this method also takes out the birds too, because it bounces so high. But first we had to actually build this thing. And I was being overrun like crazy in this biome, dude. So I put some NPC houses here to try to decrease the spawn rates. But it didn't really affect the spawn rates at all. Literally at all. I don't know why. Even later I ended up putting slimes here too. So we had 4 NPCs total and the spawn rates didn't change at all. Which is something I've never experienced before. It was weird. But I was kind of able to just wall them out and measure where the cannonballs would land and then pump shimmer there. And at one point I do fall into the shimmer. Oh, crud. Meatballs, bro. Meatballs. Imagine I fall on an explosive trap. Oh! There was an explosive trap. Oh my gosh. Imagine I just fell in it, like, somewhere else. Good thing I drank that potion, bro. So I might have, like, ran around here. Right, don't accidentally dash. Whoa, bro. First explosive trap I've found. Wow. I definitely switched the timeline with that play. I mean, if I didn't, like, pop that potion, I guarantee I, like, walk forward. Kind of brain rotted walk forward and I die to it. It's crazy, bro. This game sets you up. Like, there's an infinite amount of ways you can die. And by the way, I'm counting that as a near-death experience, bro. Because I guarantee you I would have walked forward if I didn't have my amazing intuition, godlike reflexes, spidey senses, that told me there was going to be an explosive trap. I don't even know how I knew. And the fact that I doubled down by drinking a potion, like, why was I that curious and that worried? Thank God I was, because I think I would have genuinely just got myself killed.
That's some neat trick. That sense of yours.
Anyways, the arena was done. The cannonballs land in little pockets of shimmer and just bounce straight up. So with that done, I went to do the invasion. See if it works. And you guys already know it works. This works so well. It's an easy kill of the guys. So I just kill wave after wave after wave. Kill the dinosaur wave. Kill the little crystal wave. The little crystal monsters. And then the ogre comes. And the most unpredicted thing ends up happening. Oh, he's throwing stuff. I'm literally splooged. Here he comes. Here he comes. Okay, he goes into the shimmer. Please come back up. Oh my gosh, he's teleporting. Dude. He's going to float up, I think. So I'm going to turn the cannon. Oh, what the heck is that, dude? The ogre falls beneath the platform, and because he has a phase ability, he's also in shimmer, and he's also trying to go upwards. It's just a bad combination. He just starts, like, lagging. Literally lagging and teleporting. And I wasn't too worried about him killing me, but until I kill him, the enemy invasion will not stop coming. It's infinite until you kill the ogre. You can't complete it unless you kill him. Jump up, idiot. Stop lagging. So here I was in an infinite freaking army that was infinitely coming at me, and I tried to break down to try to get the ogre. How do I get down there? Can I break blocks? But you can't break blocks during the event. So I had to just keep fending off all the enemies, hoping that I could maybe fight the ogre when he tips his head through the ground. I must be able to just, like, do this. This might hit him. The enemies won't stop coming, so I just need to kill him. Until he dies, they won't stop coming. Oh my... And eventually, luckily, I was able to kill him. Yes! Okay. I killed him. Oh my gosh, let's go. Kind of almost died after I recalled away, too. I didn't realize I was touching birds, but not close enough to be a near death. And with him out of the way, Plantera is the next boss to beat. So I go to buy this chest piece, and I sold it back to the tavern keeper as I buy it, right? But you don't get defender medals back after you sell it. So I basically just trashed the defender medals, and I couldn't afford it anymore. Never sell an item back to the tavern keeper. You do not get defender medals back. Little slip of the hand, bro, and now I basically lose out on 13 defense I could have got for free. Now I can't afford it. Okay, whatever. Wow. And now we're going to the jungle. All right, well, let's head to the jungle then. I'm pretty sure this is just the part of the game I'm dying. In the jungle, I'm here just to collect a bunch of chlorophyte and life fruits. And I thought the mobs would be like a huge obstacle for me because they're some of the hardest enemies in the game. They can web you, two-tap you, most of them. But with the Hunter's Potion, I mean, dude, I could see all of them at once. It's like, you won't even encounter them. So I'm able to get all that chlorophyte and life fruits for free. And then I start making my arena for Plantera. And I decided that, like, making an arena is the time when you have the most amount of enemies on you. Like, making a jungle arena is a canon death event. You don't make a jungle arena to survive. It's just like making a hell arena. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna mine out a huge area and then replace all the background walls with my own backgrounds so no enemies can spawn. But I didn't have any hunter's potions left, and already I saw the effect of that. Okay, let's mark out the area we want to dig. Jungle creeper. Almost dug through that wall, dude. Close little call. But I mine out a huge area for this, and then I go to farm turtle shells so I can make turtle armor, because chlorophyll armor is just so mid, and it don't do nothing. And by the way, this was the part of the game, in this session, my game updated to 1.4.5, and I never encountered anything that was different yet, but I knew, like, that was coming. 1.4.5 like adds a bunch of new whips and stuff. It's mostly just summoning gear, so nothing I can really take advantage of at the moment. I did notice though that the turtles seem to get stunned for less amount of time when you hit them, and also they like flip and fall on their back. Whoa, that turtle was upside down, which is something they never used to do. That's a subtle detail. Anyways, I killed enough turtles to get the turtle armor, and now I was pretty much ready to try Plantera. There's not really any weapon upgrades I can make before Plantera, and I have the best armor currently. I made sure to bring every good potion ever. Life Force, Endurance, Wrath, Inferno, all those potions. And I also realized that 1.4.5 added a new healing potion called Jungle Juice. Jungle Juice, a tropical concoction with hints of life fruit and nutmeg. Restores 180 life. And mine restore 150. Can they, like, bring you back from the dead? Like,
Bro, what are you talking?
So I decided to make some of that. But because they're so expensive to make, actually requiring a literal life fruit to make better healing potions, I was only going to use these healing potions specifically for boss fights. I mean, I wasn't even max HP yet. But, you know, like 2 seconds later, I might have got hit and then clicked my heal button and chugged one of them instantly. There goes an entire life fruit. But, we still got 2 left for the Plantera fight. Let's do the Plantera fight before I accidentally chug the rest of these. Because jungle juice, it's a rare commodity. It's not something you can make too much of. All right, here we go. I'm breaking it. Hopefully she's the same. You know, imagine she got, like, buffed or changed. Buff up. Here we go. Already getting hit, dude. I'm horrible. I'm horrid. Oh, okay. Let's move quick. She kind of was easy before, so hopefully they didn't buff her. Genuinely. Like, this could be something they did. All right, hitting all my shots. Spiky ball on the ground, avoid that. Spiky ball coming back. Just gotta circle around her. Nice and easy. Second phase is coming. I'm stepping on spiky balls. I have no shield, bro. I need a shield pot. Alright, step on that. That's actually so helpful. The arena's almost too big for me, bro. Oh, she changed. Dude, not having a shield for this is terrible because I'm gonna get bounced around. Yo, is she different? She got cloppers everywhere with, like, little tentacles. I'm dead as heck. I'm scared, bro. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm actually so scared. Bro, she's trying to cut me off. She's successfully cutting me off. This is so hard. This is so hard. Did they change her or am I horrid? Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I need to teleport away, bro. Woo! Dude, I need to leave. I need to leave. No, but I can do it. No, but I can do it. I can... Goblet. Pirates are coming? If I teleport home, I'm going to be low. Hold up. We can maybe beat her. I don't want to have to do this multiple times. Let's stay in the corner. Okay. Dude, I need jungle juice. 15 seconds to use jungle juice. She has pieces of herself everywhere. What is going on? 4 seconds for heal. Jungle juice is massive. I'm taking damage. Please, bro. Please, please. I shouldn't be gambling. I should not be gambling like this. I can dodge her clompers. I just gotta lock in on my characters. My character. I can win. I can win. I can win. Lock in. Good dashes. Good dashes. This is all good. I'm not risking it. Nurse. Okay. I wasn't risking that. It's just, wait. She's coming to me. She's coming to me. She despawned. She despawned. Oh my gosh. I was about to lose it. I was going to say, no way they made her like Queen Bee. Queen Bee chases you out of the jungle. That was an interesting decision by me. I think I saved my life. My heart's kind of, you know, moving. I think that was a fair play by me. Arena genuinely could be bigger. I think they did change her slightly. Ooh, that's scary, bro. Such an interesting decision I made. We'll never know, like, if I would have killed her, if that was stupid or not. We'll never know. Got one jungle juice left. That was single-handedly the best fight I ever had. I'm out of breath.
What?
I'm out of breath, bro. That was such a just a thinking moment, bro. That was such a, like, make a decision type of moment, bro. I'll take that. I'm happy with how I played there. Now, even though I'm self-glazing at this moment, I do think it was the right decision to run, even though she only had 1,000 HP. I learned from the Deerclops moment. I'm not taking no gambles this far in. Hell no. Even though I was celebrating, we still had to kill her. So the thing I decided to change was making my arena bigger. I assume that was the problem. And after I did that, I went and did the fight immediately right after. I found another Plantera bulb, and I slowly led her back to the arena and began the fight once again. But the arena being even bigger was almost throwing me off. Like, I didn't really have areas to land and stuff, and my movement just wasn't working right. I felt like the arena was really big vertically, but not horizontally, or at least that's my excuse. So I ended up running away again. This time even more ashamed. Yeah, just get hit. I mean, getting hit's fine. It's part of the plan, right? Oh, I'm horrible. And I also used up all of my freaking potions, so I had to re-get them by fishing. But then I went back to the arena and I made it wider horizontally. Also, a hard mode goblin army came, which was kind of interesting. Like, you can't cheese that event. You have to fight the warlock head on. I was kind of concerned slightly, but bro, I have turtle armor. If I died to this, I'd be Terraria's worst player. And I did take some damage, to be fair. I think I slurped down my final jungle juice by accident, so I did collect one more fruit and made 3 more potions. And I went to take out Plantera again. Looking at her AI, bro, I don't know if they changed her. I think her AI is the same. But in my opinion, it looks like she has way more, like, tentacles around. Is that just me? Maybe I'm just not used to fighting Plantera. Oh my gosh! So many spiky balls, bro. It's a whole freaking battalion, bro. I'm dead. First heal. I normally don't struggle with her so much. So I was either having an off day, or they changed her slightly. But after a long, little juicy fight, with some close calls... Yup, jungle juice, baby, jungle juice. I am able to take her out. Yes! Yes. Adding another boss to our list, and now unlocking the hard mode dungeon. Let's see what we get. I'm pretty sure one of her weapons was reworked. Oh, was this reworked? Maybe. That looks kind of new. Who knows? Oh, the spore sack was reworked. Yeah, I don't know. It like does more damage now. Oh my gosh, that's really good, bro. Okay. Yep, I'm using that. Alright, so the next 3 bosses I'm going to face are some of the kind of hardest but yet easy bosses in this entire challenge. We got the Morning Wood, the Pumpkin, and Gollum. The Morning Wood and Pumpkin are part of the Pumpkin Moon event, and that's like an entire night cycle type of thing, so it's likely I'll die there. I have a plan to kind of counter that. And then the Temple with Gollum, just getting into the temple is sometimes, you know, something that'll kill you. And then fighting him, it's either easy or extremely hard. He's like, he flips like a switch, bro. He's either on or off. Either murders you or he's easy. And we don't ever really know which one it is. And bro, if you get a small Gollum temple spawn, like your boss room is small, you are beyond cooked. Like, that's a guaranteed loss. So I was praying for the best. But the thing that I wanted that would make these fights possible is a good weapon. I could use this flower versus the Pumpkin and Gollum, but that's a good way to die. I'm trying to take this challenge seriously. By the way, I am 27 hours into the challenge. 27 hours. So I figured the best weapon to go for would be a weapon from the hard mode dungeon. However, the hard mode dungeon just happens to be the hardest part of the game, maybe. you know, it's debatable. I think we can all agree the bosses aren't the hardest part of the game because they like slowly kill you and you can run away at any time. But the enemies, the hard mode dungeon has this one enemy that can one-tap a player. In master mode, at least. He does 600 damage, bro. That player doesn't even have that much HP. Literally, if you had full HP and 100 defense, you would still get one-tapped. But that's master mode. Alright, so I wanted to go to the dungeon and just see what weapons and accessories I could get. Alright, I'm putting my finger on the trigger to recall away from this dungeon. Oh, that's a sniper. He can one-tap in master mode. Was it a paladin? It is! Okay, let's keep pressure on him. I'm pretty sure they made him throw more. Maybe my spores can kill him? I don't know. My imps will kill him. And he can't attack me from there. That'll take a while, though. He's taking so much damage from my spores and all that. He can attack.
Wrong.
Oh. Ow, Bone Lee. I'm half HP. Another black belt. Drop your hammer, bro, please. It got upgraded in this update. Nothing. Wow. Nothing. Whoa, bro's aiming the sniper. Good. Need to put pressure on him so he can't shoot. Ooh, new melee weapon. This melee weapon was changed. Yeah, the key brand, you can like throw it now, right? Whoa. Oh my goodness. I'm just leave it in the ground for it to kill people. Wow, it's really good. Oh my gosh, I'm one tap. So I can use it as a boomerang. This is a boomerang now. Or it's like a sentry. And it's a sword. This is probably enough to kill like the pumpkin. If I just like chuck it at him and like... I am playing melee class, so it makes sense. But I'd prefer the paladin's hammer. That's what I really want, because I feel like that's a weapon that can help me kill the pumpkin. Oh my gosh! Dude, he's so quick. I think they buffed Bone Lee. Can he like hit through invincibility frames? Honestly, I might just go home right now, because one snipe could kill me. You can't be half HP in the dungeon. That's the same as being one hit. Oh, paladin! Wait, if I throw my key brand. Yes! That should keep him back, right? Okay, he does not take knockback. I kind of forgot. But we could use it as a boomerang, maybe touch him up. Nope. Nope. It just makes more sense to use the bow. Oh, good golly. It looked like they reduced his damage. I'll get a little bit closer, maybe. Paladin's hammer, paladin's hammer, paladin's hammer.
Only takes one bullet.
Paladin's hammer, paladin's hammer, paladin's hammer. I just got sniped. Oh.
Extreme sniping.
Yep, honestly, I should have died there, bro. I was not even full HP, and I took a sniper shot. But apparently, if you have over 100 defense, and, you know, maybe the dude didn't crit hit me. You know, maybe I got a low crit, so, like, I got lucky. I don't know. But he does 400 damage in expert mode, but I lived. And I went back to the dungeon, and still it didn't click in my head that, yo, like, you need to play safe. I was still getting slapped around like a little idiot. My spore sack was really helping me, though. And after getting hit some more with, like, a rocket launcher or Bone Lee, it really did put it into perspective for me that I need to play safe. I need to be so careful here, bro. I need to stop dilly-dallying. But even still, like, the enemies could hit me through the wall. Who just hit me and how? So I had to play like extra safe. And eventually a paladin comes, another one. Come here, Big Daddy. Don't know why I called him Big Daddy, but that's besides the point. I throw my key brand and my clouds up, and my imps kill him, and he drops 2 items. Yo! I was so hyped, bro. So I went home and I reforged the paladin shield. And by the way, the hammer is also reworked in this update. You could like throw it further now, or you can use it for like as an up close weapon. It's just been completely changed, basically. I think they lowered the range on it, and now there's like a long range option, but you probably shouldn't use the long range option too often. It's for like little enemies. Oh my goodness, that's so juicy. This is so juicy. Anyways, now I figured I would fight Queen Slime finally and test out my new weapon. Go. Yep, stay close so my hammer does hella damage. Oh, we're out of the hallowed biome. Hopefully she doesn't mind. My spores should kill her little people. Yo, this is so good. If a frost giant spawns and freezes me though, that would be crazy. Whoa, she's squirting everywhere. Chillax, big buddy. Should I use like the long range attack versus her, or should I like stay close? I don't know. I mean, because I can only throw it so often if I use the long range attack. But then my range is so mid unless I'm close. Oh, there we go. Cool. Alright, so we should buy some pumpkins from the Dryad so we can make the Pumpkin Moon summon. Hello, beautiful. So in the dungeon, I also got many black belts, by the way, which I turned into Master Ninja Gear. But then I started preparing for the Pumpkin Moon. That's what we're going to fight first. We're not fighting the Frost Moon before Gollum, though. Definitely not. That's, like, even harder, bro. I don't think I've ever even completed that event. I've never done it without dying, either. But in 1.4.5, they allow you to hook up cannons to wiring. So I put 4 cannons hooked up to wire. And I also did this in the Plantera fight, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. I'm not sure how much damage it did. But basically what they did is they made it so only 4 cannons can be hooked up to a wire at once. You cannot have over 4 cannons shooting cannonballs. So that's like an extra 300 damage every 4 seconds, which is pretty good, honestly. You know, that's like 70 damage per second extra. Not bad. So I put those in the middle. I also put a layer of water to keep out the Morning Wood's fire attacks. Also put some lava, and I can throw my key brand and put up, you know, rain clouds, which should kill all the enemies down there while I focus on the Pumpkin. But honestly, bro, I was just really scared. Okay, bro, I'm scared, bro. Woo! I'm so nervous. Like, this is not... I don't know, like, it's an infinite thing. I can recall way underground. Oh, yeah, also, the plan for this fight is once I kill the 2 bosses, I'm going to recall underground to a bed. Because the invasion's going to continue after I kill the bosses, and I don't want there to be, like, 10 pumpkins on me. So after we kill the bosses, we're just running. I don't think they follow you underground, but I could be wrong. If they do, I'm just cooked. Like... that might be an oversight. It genuinely could be a big oversight. But there's no way. Like, you know, it's not like you can go to hell and then the pumpkin would spawn. That's not possible. I'm actually not going to buff up for this in the beginning. I'll drink an iron skin, but I'll use my buffs when the boss comes. Alright, here we go, bro. It started. I hear them dying. Just get my key down there. Yup. Yup. Throw my paladin's hammer, too. Yes, it's going so quick. Yes. I think they're just spawning, like, right in there. Okay, 5. Honestly, I thought the Morning Wood came earlier. Here we go. It's here. Yep, here it is. Watch the water break its attack. Oh, that's the wrong attack. It doesn't break that one. Yep. I think it's breaking it. Yep, look at that. It's breaking it. Sucker. That's what I shoot its darts. Let's get the key down there. Oh, what hit me? That was 1 hit from the thing? Okay, I killed one. Dude, they spawned so plentifully. This is new. That's definitely new. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, actually, we completed a couple waves. That's why they keep coming. I thought they were coming on the same wave. But dude, they do like 5 hearts of damage per hit. Like, what is that? I don't even want to get close enough to use my paladin's hammer. Ow. Can't even heal up for a little bit. Okay, wave 8. Healed. Full HP again. These guys can fly it vertically. They didn't used to be able to do that, I don't think. Oh, Headless Horseman attack thing. Got some hearts right there, so I'm gonna leave them there for later. Pumpkin wave. Great, eat the cake. I already killed the other dude. I just gotta fight the pumpkin. Ooh, he cut me off. He's cutting me off. I think I just dodge chanced his freaking slash. That's beautiful. Appreciate that, black belt. Speaking of black belt, yup. I'm gonna spam dash. Bro, the paladin's hammer reaches buns. I can't even hit him. I just gotta stay close. Stay close. I think I just dodge chanced that. Just like Skeletron, bro. Just like Skeletron. I'm very good at killing that boss. Ow. Dude, okay, this is actually not good. I'm using a long-range weapon, bro. Paladin's hammer, the reach is horrid. It's a very up-close weapon. That's the trade-off. Oh, that arena's above my head. Forgot about that. You know, this guy... Okay. If this guy follows me underground, I'm dead. Like, 100%, bro. This runs at, like, 26 hours. I cannot let you get close. I cannot be spamming memes right now. Do not shoot your orange peels at me. Whoa! Whoa! Can I heal up, please? 7 seconds? I'm buffing. I forgot to buff. There it is. Please. Here we go. Yes. He didn't drop nothing. All right, now we recall underground. Pretty sure they can't get me under here. Right? Seems like it, bro. Seems like I'm good. Okay. Wow. All right. Dang, dude, that's nice. Pumpkin Moon out of the way. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything from this event that'll help us with Gollum. Gollum, I'm kind of scared about, bro. Like, the temple. I've died in the temple plenty times. Gollum is a weird boss. Is this Paladin's Hammer even going to be good for him? I mean, I got to be this close to freaking hit him. I hope so. I'm going to stay under here for like 20 minutes, bro. Really make sure that invasion's gone. Alright, if I die to Gollum, genuinely, I deserve to die in real life. So, I think the punishment fits the crime. Damn! Let's go to the jungle. Now, before we face Gollum, there are a few things I wanted to do. First of all, my accessories. I think it's about time we take off the frog boots and replace it with the worm scarf. That sound effect is so satisfying, I almost want to keep the stupid menacing, but I want warding. Woo! Dude, Terraria just does what I want. The reason I'm doing this is because earlier I found an NPC, and there's a new item in 1.4.5 called the roller skates, which basically act as Hermes boots, but it's a mount. So you can just like equip your mount and have fast boots without needing an accessory slot for it. It's really strange. So I figured we could just use roller skates in the fight if we want to be fast. I also made sure to make a bunch of dangerous potions before I went to the temple, bro, for the obvious freaking reason. But I kind of realized while going to the jungle that the roller skates are literally the same as the ice skates that I was complaining about earlier, only they're slippery on everything, not just ice. Oh my gosh. So I legitimately cooked myself. Like, I figured I was about to slide into a trap, so I wasn't going to put them on while walking through the temple. Not at all. We're going to go slow. Our entrance is right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That dude touched me good. I thought I remember seeing the entrance. Yeah, it's right here, right? All right. The lizard traps do show up on the potion, right? Why am I not full HP? Drink an iron skin. Open that bad boy up. There shouldn't be any new enemies in here. I've watched plenty of shorts. Pretty sure there's no temple enemies that got added. There's like, it seems like there's like less traps in here. Oh, I'm horrible. What am I doing? Try looking at your screen, buddy. All right. Just a little jump scare. Wait, I activated one of the traps a second ago? When did that happen? You can't break these, that's right. Whoa! There's a pressure plate under the gravity potion. You know what's crazy? I thought there might be a pressure plate under there. I was like, yeah, I gotta be careful. But, you know, the chances of that being likely is incredible. Whatever that means, that was hardly English. It changed the way this place looks. It looks so much more beautiful. Get off me. How come I didn't see that pressure plate? Was my spore in front of it or something? Rewind the tape. What? What just hit me? Bro, I can't see a dime. I just stepped on another pressure plate. It's behind foliage. Bro, oh, okay, that was my fault. I feel like I'm playing Splunky 2 right now. Go watch that video of mine. I complain a lot in it, but I loved the game. Gosh, this temple is so much more beautiful in this update. Dude, what is this little crevice I'm going through? Alright, the big room. Yes. Yes! We got one of the fattiest dungeons ever. Not that my paladin can reach, you know, my hammer can't reach the length of it, but it's fine. Spore sack, do your job. Let's go, baby. He's taking some good, juicy hits. So you're probably wondering why the most peaceful music ever is currently playing when I'm fighting a freaking boss. Well, that's because I'm kind of just cutting to the chase here. This little kid was so easy. Bro, I didn't even pop a jungle juice until very, like, far into the fight. And after I did, I was full HP the entire time. Paladin's Hammer did have the reach I needed, and I end up killing him very quick, bro. Pretty anticlimactic, but while I still had my potions active, I wanted to fight him again, because what I wanted was enough Beetle husks to get the full set of Beetle armor, and I wasn't sure if we already got enough from the first bag. But also, I wanted to see if I can get the Possessed Hatchet, which is basically the Paladin's Hammer, except I think it has longer range. Bro, the Paladin's Hammer is so juicy, so succulent, but its range is not good. And I'm not really trying to stay close to, you know, the enemies when I fight them. Literally in the Pumpkin Moon, bro, I had to switch to my hallowed weapon. My hallowed repeater. because I didn't really have the range I needed. But after killing him multiple times and using multiple potions, I never got the possessed hatchet, bro. Sunstone. Ugh. But I did make the beetle armor, and I made the one with more defense opposed to the one with less defense that has more damage. I want the beetles that protect me. I do not care about damage. I'm trying to stay alive, buddy. But now this is what the boss list is currently looking like, how many bosses I've taken out in Crud, and we're about to speed up here. All these bosses are pretty much at the same stage of progression. As you can see, I just kind of mixed them together, like Empress, Duke, Frostmoon. It's all like the same time, I would say. So the first thing I do is I buy a bunch of egg-looking blocks, and I build an artificial hollowed biome in the air. And I got the hollowed blocks from the freaking Aether biome that I hollowified by accident. Once I made that biome, because we didn't have our own hollowed biome in this world, I farmed for a prismatic lacewing to spawn the Empress of Light. Eventually I found one. And then I started making my Duke Fishron arena, just prepping that while it was daytime, because we can't fight Empress of Light until it's night. So I thought might as well do that during the day. But the Pumpkin Moon and Gollum really taught me that, like, I need a more long-range melee weapon, or I just suck. I know some people are not going to be happy to hear, like, bro, why is bro dissing on the Paladin's Hammer, the best weapon he could have at this stage of the game? I just don't feel comfortable in hardcore being that close to enemies. I don't. So I do want another weapon, but I didn't know what to go for. I was thinking we could do the Frostmoon so I could try to farm for the tree sword from the Evercream, but Frostmoon is pretty hard, bro. Like, that was kind of sketchy. I could fight Betsy and get that one sword called like the Flying Inferno or something, you know? I could fight Duke Fishron and get the Flare-ron. There's a bunch of melee options that I could go for. So at this point in the game, I was really thinking on that and trying to figure out which one of these bosses should I even fight first. I didn't know. But that's when the game kind of decided for me. And this happened. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about that thing. I got scared out of the heebie-jeebies, bro. I completely forgot after you kill Gollum, Martian probes at the edge of your world near the space layer will come down and track you and then spawn the Martian invasion. I go back there again to make the Duke Fishron arena, and it happens again. Another close call. I needed to hammer all my platforms, you know, into hoiks so they would work quick. Otherwise, I was probably gonna get stuck in the platforms and fail the Duke Fishron fight. So that's why, like, I kept going over there. I had to. I'm not trying to die to Duke Fishron. But seeing those probes actually gave me an idea, unfortunately. It began making me wonder, what if we just cheesed the Martian event and tried to get, like, a really good weapon from it that we could then use to kill Betsy, Empress, and Duke Fishron? And the Frostmoon. Because technically the Martians is the hardest out of all 4 of those, or 5. But I'm pretty sure it's cheesable if you just sit in your base. But I wasn't exactly sure. So the first thing I started doing is just building around spawn and improving the base. Because I was genuinely considering going for the Martian invasion at this stage of the game. So I bought a bunch of like egg blocks. I had to relocate some of my NPCs and I made a giant big house. I was making sure this box was big enough so that 1, I could run down the elevator at any point. And 2, I wasn't sure if like some of the aliens could go through walls and stuff. I didn't know. I was pretty sure there was one freaking alien in the event that could go through walls, so I was really worried about him. And I wanted a big area to fight him. And even though I was extremely worried about this event, I did think it was my best method of getting a good weapon to beat the other bosses, because I don't see me beating Duke Fishron or Empress of Light with the Paladin's Hammer. I like to stay far away from those bosses. So I went back to the edge of the map and I got another one of those probes to spawn, and I let it track me this time, and I spawned the Martian invasion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, wait, don't be in my house. They can't be in my house. There's no way. There's walls. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Yo, that one got a bubble on him. I haven't seen this invasion in so long. Lava doesn't work on the bubble, guys. Oh, no. Can I get my Keybrand out there? Or my Cloud, maybe? Whoa! Hey, the door needs to shut, bro. Let's go. They sound atrocious. Can my hammer hit them through the wall, maybe? It does! Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, through the wall. That means we could probably cheese the ship through the wall, maybe? Yep, and my spores are going in too. That's beautiful. Oh, she's throwing a party. That thing went through the wall. That thing explodes. That is what I was worried about. Oh, dude, does someone have like a turret set up? Is that how they're coming? I think it might be hooked up to like a turret somewhere on the map. I hope not. Yo, that dude's tanking all my paladin hits. That's crazy. Got one riding a freaking mount. You are disgusting. You are disgusting. Ship. It's in the house! Oh my gosh, it's gonna hit me. Is it gonna come underground? Did they change it? I thought it couldn't go through walls. Okay, that doesn't do that much damage. I'm chilling. I'm freaking out. Let me just kill it. I can recall any time. What do I even do here? It goes through walls now. It didn't used to do that. I guess I gotta fight it in the open, right? Is this dumb? They changed it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo. Oh my. Do not explode me, buddy. It won't follow me, right? It won't. Yo. We might have to come back to him. Maybe. Yo, did I just get myself killed? Because, the invasion won't end, you know? Unless I, get it to 100%. It's still up there. He's back. He's back already. His other stuff gets blocked by, his other projectiles get blocked by the building. That's good. So we just fight him, and then we hide in the building when he does that. Yup, building blocks it, and then he lasers. I come up. Okay, I just got exploded. Dodge chanced it. Perfect. Get in the house. Yeah, we're learning. We are learning, baby. Oh. Sorry, NPCs. Look at that dodge chance. I dodged all that. Perfect. Dude. I can just fight this guy pretty much. Dude, I'm like dodge chancing everything, I feel like. All right, we got a squirter. I mean a nuke. Yo, I just dodge chanced that. That's so good. By the way, before this invasion, I put on the Brain of Cthulhu instead of the Worm Scarf. So that's why I have double the amount of dodge chance, and I keep dodging like every freaking attack. It's insane. I am invincible. Heal up. Yep. Oh, what am I doing? Only 2 hearts? What? I think you used to like one tap you. Yes, bro, please drop something juicy. Oh, I forgot. Second phase. I didn't know about that.
Oh, I forgot. Second phase. I didn't know about that. Only 2 hearts? What? I think you used to like one tap you. I am invincible.
Oh, this is the part that's dangerous. This is what was dangerous. Now I remember. I can't heal. Dash. Come on, buddy. Oh, I ate that. Oh, I went through that one. Didn't even take damage somehow. Yep. Oh. Might have to run from this one. Quick. It's chasing me. Oh my gosh, bro. Stop playing around, idiot. Jeez. Trying to lose your 28-hour world, buddy? Yo. I'm gonna fight him in the house, mostly, right? Those home? Full HP. Come down, bro. Bro, no way that ship just despawned because I went far away. My fight was going like okay. Bro can't even shoot upwards. That's crazy. Whoa, what is that? You just throw landmines down? Second phase. Heal up. Buff. I'm half HP, bro. Dude, stop.
It's just been.
Stop. I'm like not only playing with fire, I'm playing with like a hostage's life. And the hostage is me. The fact that I'm allowing myself to get that close to dying just shows like I'm not being careful enough. We'll try again, but I'll run sooner. I'm not trying to die like that. We got lucky with 2 warning deaths, near deaths. Second phase. I got confusioned. I got the confusion debuff as he goes into a second phase. Bro, can't make that up. Can't make that up. I'm quicker with the recall, though. That's good. Okay, I think I'm just genuinely not good enough to kill him yet. Maybe if I, like, stand still, like, it's easier. Yeah, if I stand still, I can, like, easily tell what he's gonna do. Okay, this is good. I healed up, too. Okay, it was just because I was moving. I was not able to focus. Hopefully the other enemies don't give me a hard time. Don't give me confusion. That'd be hilarious if I walked into his beam. Oh, I just, like, stood there. What was that for? Alright, drop something good, bro. Please, I'm not gonna be able to kill too many of you. Oh! I don't even know what that is. Summoning weapon? Another one spawned as well. Let's try to kill him, too. What is this? What is this airplane? It's a summon. Okay. Alright. I'll take a summon, honestly. This is the last ship that'll appear, so hopefully he drops something juicy. Like a ranger weapon, maybe? I might even go ranger. Dude, the Paladin's Hammer is perfect for this reach. Let's go. Found a use for this bad boy. Wow, this invasion's so easy. Like, you can just tell, like, I was overreacting before, and that's how I was dying. Oh! That's a ranged weapon, isn't it? Yes! Wait, I can't shoot it? I must need some weird ammo. So now we officially have one of the best weapons in the entire game. Funny enough, I've actually never touched this weapon or used it ever. And I also end up noticing that there was another alien weapon I missed that was under an alien mask in the corner. Well, I just found another alien weapon on the ground. The heck even is this, bro? Whoa! What? And I had also never touched this weapon in my life either, bro. Weird freaking weapons in this event, man. But I figured this weird range weapon would be the best one for me. It is a ranger weapon, but I'm not going to be switching to ranger because I think it makes more sense to play melee. I think in hardcore, controversially, one of the better strategies is actually to weapon and class mix. Typically, you would use a melee weapon with your melee armor, but the alien space gun is just so far ahead of progression that it just makes sense to use it. However, I go down to the shimmer so I can farm for iCore and make iCore bullets for this weapon. And while I was here for like 2 minutes getting iCore, I get a Crimson Key. Crimson Key? Crimson Key! Which gives you the Vampire Knives, a long-range endgame melee weapon that also heals you. So this is kind of just better than the alien weapon, I'm pretty sure. Because I was testing with the alien weapon, and the bullets don't even go where you shoot. It shoots out bubbles, and then the bullets go in whatever direction you're moving in. Like your body movement. So that they can go backwards, forward, up, and down. It's kind of a meme weapon. It's not even supposed to be taken seriously. So at this point, I go to the dungeon to get the vampire knives. And I decide to just use that as my main weapon now to kill these bosses. Which does mean it was a waste to do the alien invasion. Yes. Almost died twice just so I can get some crummy, goofy weapons. When my darling, the vampire knives, were right in front of me all this time. I just didn't want to grind for them, but God gave me them. Appreciate it. So the first boss I figure I should fight is Duke Fishron because he can drop the Flailron, which is useful for the Frost Moon, and Duke Fishron's kind of like the easiest out of all these next bosses. Definitely easier than Betsy and stuff, you know. So I spawn him in with the one bait I got earlier in the caves, and I've actually never beat Duke Fishron just normally fighting him like solo, so I should be terrified right now, but I was pretty sure all I needed to do was hammer my platforms for the extra speed. That's why I was losing to the twins and I used to suck versus them. I figured it was the same thing for Duke Fishron, and it was. It was very easy to outmaneuver him, and surprisingly, the vampire knives are actually doing a lot of damage, even though they're not really known for their damage, they're known for their healing. I tried using the Paladin's Hammer, but it didn't have the reach. I tried using the other gun, and my bullets weren't even going towards him, so yeah, frick that. He goes into a second phase, and I'm still able to dodge him really well. Super easy. It was just his third phase, which I was worried about. I assumed I would probably fail his third phase, and I would need to set up like an elaborate teleportation method to beat it, but he goes into his third phase, and I just kind of spam dash, just hoping he doesn't kill me, bro. I was ready to recall away any second, but surprisingly, this strategy was actually working. It's working, and I was able to take out Duke Fishron, dude. The fish goes down. And from Duke Fishron, I did not get the Flailron, but I did get the Tsunami, which is a long-range bow. So that is my most long-range weapon that actually shoots accurately. So maybe I'll use that for Empress of Light. But while it was still daytime, I couldn't fight Empress. So I took this opportunity to go back to the temple where all those traps were abusing me earlier. And I collected them up, and I hope to use them myself to abuse the frost moon. You see how that works? Like, you get abused and then you become the abuser? The cycle of life. And that's exactly what we're doing. Surprisingly, my temple had literally like 40 spiky ball traps and 40 spear traps. So I placed all of them down. I like actuated them so they could, you know, not get in the way of each other. And this arena was looking insane. Like, I was pretty sure I was going to be able to take out the frickin' these guys, like, pretty easy. The Frostmoon. But now that it was night, the first thing I wanted to do was fight Empress. And I was thinking if I could kill her quick, then I would also fight the Frostmoon this night. But like I said earlier, the Vampire Knives are not really known for their damage. So I can't say I was feeling too confident. But once again, I can recall away at any moment and adjust my strategy depending on what happens. Whoa. But I've not fought her in, like, over a year, by the way. Like, a year and a half, 2 years. It's genuinely been 2 years since I fought her. Do I want to use the bow? It seems like it would reach better. It's probably a better idea. Use the vampire knives when I'm low. Ah! Eat the cake.
Oh.
So I try to use the Tsunami versus Empress because I do think it does more damage than the Vampire Knives. But the thing is, I just couldn't dodge any of her attacks. So because I just kept getting hit, I kind of needed to use the Vampire Knives to counter that and heal back up. This battle quickly became a battle of nutrition once again. I was doing hardly any damage to kill her and she was hardly doing any damage to me because I kept just dodging it, like my ability, not my skill. Plus I had over 100 defense with the heal ability. It was kind of just like we were both invincible, and slowly but surely she was the one that was dying. Until towards the end of the fight, when I just started taking a bunch of damage randomly. If I had a nickel for every projectile I dodged in this fight, I would have no nickels because I am literally just eating all of it. And, okay. Whoa, now I'm half HP. Whoa! Heal. Oh, my iron skin ran out. My iron skin ran out. That might have been it. Oh. Honestly, at this stage in the game, bro, with 30 hours in the world, I don't think it's really worth it to try to risk my life in a boss fight. So once she got me back down past half HP, I decided to just leave. Okay, wow, we actually ended up running.
Going somewhere, darling?
But there was something about Empress I wasn't aware of. She followed me, what? What? Wait, I can't go up the rope. Why not? I'm wearing roller skates. Oh my gosh. Dude, what? Dude, she followed me home. I might have to use the pylon, bro. What? She's cooking me. I healed. We need to kill her. I might have to use the pylon. Bro, what? What? I'm low. Once that spawn, recall home.
Back here,
She's so quick, dude. I didn't know she like chases you around the map. Will she chase me to the shimmer if I left right now? Dude, what? No, bro, please, bro. Does she do more damage as the fight goes on? Like, I was fine this entire fight. Lock in. Just lock in. It's not gonna come to that. It's not gonna come to that. She's 1 HP. Just die. She's 1 HP. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if my heart rate's been that high ever. Dude, I need to know the bosses I fight. Like, I need to know them. I need to know everything. Why did I not know that she chases you around the map? I recalled when I was like here, and she was instantly at the nurse bed within a second. Oh my gosh, my heart's out of my neck. Bro, got a melee weapon, but it's an up-close weapon. Woo! I bet if I used the pylon, she maybe would have despawned. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, reforge that. Yep. Okay, let's do the frost moon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I just had a kidney stone. What the actual heck? What the actual heck, bro? My spawn was underground, too. It's not like I teleported here. I was underground. That's crazy how the human body works. Why do I have such, like, fight or flight feelings right now? I mean, my body's in a state of like, terror.
Going somewhere, darling?
I mean, I will die in real life if I die in game. I guess it's valid, huh? Yeah, so that was definitely one of the biggest oversights of the entire challenge. And I think I will be thoroughly examining each boss's wiki page before I fight them from now on, which is something I did not do. Okay? Some of these mini bosses I genuinely do not fight. I skip a lot of these bosses in my normal playthroughs. Lesson learned. But for the next like 10 minutes, bro, I was literally high heart rate just yapping about how I was like perplexed. So Genuinely traumatized me right there. Would have been a very funny death and a good way to end the video. But your boy's completing the game. So immediately after, I go to fight the Frost Moon to take out these 3 bosses. And because of my goated arena very shortly, the first one shows up. Come here, big boy. I'm just tanking, bro. Appreciate that. He's out of the way. And then after a couple more waves, the Santa tank shows up. And I try to do the same thing I did to him that I did to the Evercream. I get right up in his face. I'm destroying him. He's taking a lot of damage. But so was I. I do end up being able to kill him, like as I'm running away with the tsunami. But as more and more of these bosses show up, Evercream and Santa tanks, I realize I'm just not strong enough to kill them. To kill them, I have to get really close with my Starlight. And I take so much damage, it's just not, like, feasible. I could use my Vampire Knives, which are a long-range melee weapon, but they don't really do high damage, they just heal me, so it's like, I can't kill these guys. I could use a Tsunami, but I'm not even playing Ranger. I have nothing that makes this weapon stronger, and it doesn't really kill them all that fast. So because I was struggling with these guys so much, I never even got to the wave where the Ice Queen would spawn. Well, until like the very, very end of the night, where I saw her for like half a second. No? Was that not the Ice Queen? So we needed a better melee weapon. This whole freaking like last 20 minutes of the video and hours of my life being held hostage by the game, I have had good melee weapons, but like not good enough. Like one that's like good but it's up close, another that's good but it's up close, one that is really good at healing you and decent damage, but it's not a powerhouse. It doesn't really kill the enemies too quick. And then I'm getting like a magic weapon and a bunch of range weapons. It's like, bro, like just give me peak. So it was at this moment when I realized what I should have done long ago. Get the flying dragon from Betsy.
Hey! That was very nice.
And I figured that the Cannonball Shimmer arena would be the perfect thing to take out this invasion pretty easily. I mean, this arena was unstoppable in the last phase. It kills all of them with ease. So I assumed it would kind of do something similar in the 3rd stage, but I would just have to 1v1 Betsy myself, which I could do with the Starlight, maybe. But look what happens as I go to put like a cannonball in the cannon. Why can't I shoot cannonballs out of the cannon? What do you mean? The game has been updated since I used this arena, but like, what do you mean? Not for use with cannon. Not for use with cannon? You can't use cannons anymore? Yup. And the new 1.4.5 update, they changed cannons to the point where you no longer can put cannonballs inside of them. The cannonballs are just for decoration. Cannons only work when hooked up to wire, but with wire, they only shoot like 1 bullet every 4 seconds, bro. So that my strategy's nerfed. They've destroyed it. It doesn't work anymore, bro. They nerfed it. So I gotta say, I'm grateful that I fought the Ogre before the update came out, because it wouldn't have worked otherwise. Would have been like impossible to kill him. But yeah, we're kind of cooked. I figured a tier 3 sentry would be all I needed though to pretty much come back and be able to beat this event. But I had no defender medals and they cost 30 to buy one. So I just started up an invasion and I wanted to see if I could either get to Betsy or see how many defender medals I could get from, you know, beating a few waves. Already on wave 1, I was pretty much getting overwhelmed and I only got to like wave 3 and I got like a puny single defender medal. 1 single defender medal for getting to wave 4. But I did it again and ended up getting like 3. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure exactly how much they give you and why they give you that amount. But I basically decided at this point, why don't we just keep doing this invasion and getting like 1 to 3 defender medals every time we do it until we have enough to buy the $30 freaking sentry. So that's what I did. And as I did it, I found out that by killing the dark mage on wave 4, you can get upwards of 6 defender medals. So that's what I was aiming for. I was using my Keybrand and my rain clouds to try to help me. And eventually, after literally an hour and, you know, some close calls, I had enough to buy the sentry. So I want the explosive trap. Wait, it costs 60? But I accidentally only got 30. Okay, I was thinking of the wrong one. The one we want is actually 60 defender medals. So I bought one of the cheaper ones to help me, see how far I could get with that. It didn't really help me too much. I think we need one of the really strong ones. So I kept farming, doing this evasion multiple more times until I would have 60 defender medals to buy one of the good ones. This was like a pretty brainless task, so I just put on like some queso and started farming the invasion until I had enough defender medals. But the thing about doing tasks where you're not really paying attention and you just get into like a rhythm of habit and your brain turns off is that's when you're gonna die in hardcore, you know? Like maybe you class swap and you don't have any wings and then you drop down your elevator and you die or something. There's so many ways you can die. So I was like half locked in, but also it was like 2 a.m. when I was farming these defender medals. I did get to half HP multiple times, fighting ogres and stuff. But thankfully, after another hour of farming, I had 60 defender medals, and I was able to buy the better sentry. So now we can actually do this event and see if the sentry helps me get to Betsy or not. If it doesn't, I just spent the last 2 hours for nothing. But also, I found out the cannons are still pretty good. If you put them directly in front of the portals, which I did, 2 on either side, which is the max amount, it actually does a really good job at like stunning the enemies and doing like a little bit of damage to them. It's kind of like having 4 extra explosive traps, is how I see it. But maybe even worse. Maybe like having 1 or 2 extra. So I tried the event again, this time using the explosive trap, which is really good. And wave by wave is going by, easier than ever. I get to wave 6, which is the wave that I usually end up losing on. But this time, I was actually succeeding. This ogre did take a swing at me and hit me in the face, though. Ow, he just meleeed me, bro. Not something that's ever happened to me before. But with the explosive traps helping me, I am able to kill the ogre and get to the 7th wave, which is where Betsy spawns. Betsy! Oh my gosh! Whoa, she's scary, bro. I'm just gonna let kids attack the crystal. I need to fight her. Now, before I fought Betsy, I did watch a video by Keppels on her behavior patterns and stuff. I studied up because after what happened with Empress, you know, I was traumatized. I wanted to be prepared. But nothing could prepare me for actually fighting her. I knew her attack patterns. I knew I had to dash left and right. I knew there was fire and crap. But I just couldn't really reach her much. And I was also taking a good amount of damage. I gotta be ready to recall any moment. Oh, she's way too strong. How would I even possibly do enough damage to kill her? And meanwhile I'm fighting her, of course, the enemies are breaking the crystal. So you have a very limited amount of time to do the damage you need to do. And the event ends up ending without her being even half HP. Alright, so she didn't even get half HP. She's coming to me. Good thing that invasion's ending, bro. Bro, we didn't even give her half HP. What? So at this point, I realized I made a lapse in judgment.
Severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
The Ice Queen is not stronger than Betsy. Why am I fighting Betsy first? You know, that's kind of what I realized here. But to be fair, I did fail to kill Ice Queen already, so, you know, can I just retry it and have it work this time? Well, I realized last time I fought the Ice Queen, I didn't have my Wrath Potions or Inferno Potions, nor did I have Ichor arrows for my bow. So I wasn't really damage maxing. I was kind of just floating around, like, seeing what would happen. And I did have to, like, go underground and, like, set my spawn there. And I, like, being underground, having to heal, kind of made things take longer than they should have. So I fish up some fish, and I make those potions. Also, I collected Ichor for the Ichor arrows. And I go to retry this event. Because, bro, Ice Queen is not harder than Betsy. She might be just as hard, maybe, probably not. But you have way more time to fight her, so it's not even comparable. And I'm just destroying these waves of enemies. These waves of contaminant. And I get to the Ice Queen wave, with plenty of time in the night to probably kill her. With half the night to fight her, I'm gonna just use lifesteal and put Ichor on her too. Dude, I'm so glad the other dudes can't like reach me up here. I'm pretty sure she can freeze you actually, like give you a frozen debuff. I forgot about that. I did not study up on this boss, even though I should have, but I'm pretty sure she can freeze you in place, much like Deerclops, so I should have brought a warmth potion, but luckily she never does, and this bow is literally absolutely shredding her. She was easy. I was wrong. So I was kind of hoping she would drop a weapon then I could use on Betsy. I was thinking maybe the North Pole, which is a melee spear. It's pretty peak. Yes, nothing. But she drops nothing. However, that's another boss down. Just leaves a few left in the game, only. But some more Ice Queens come, so I decide to farm them. And while I do, I just want to talk about something that I think is kind of obvious, maybe not. You might be thinking, you're trying to get like a really good weapon so you can beat Betsy. Dog, if you beat the Cultist, who isn't even that hard, you could probably go get a solar weapon to beat Betsy. Matter of fact, you could have killed the Cultist right after Gollum, and then all like 7 of these bosses would have been easy peasy with a solar weapon. And I agree with that statement, partially, but I think it would be really lame in this video if I said I had to kill every single boss, and then I just beat Moonlord, and I skipped like all of the bosses in the game and just went back and killed each of them with a Moonlord weapon. You know, that would be silly. You know what I mean? It's only interesting if you fight them roughly around the stage of the game when they're supposed to be fought. Now, I wasn't going to restrict myself entirely, though, to fight them in a certain order. You guys saw, like, I was kind of, you know, I was kind of just freestyling it, but I roughly want to fight them in a semi-interesting order that's interesting, and not just get a Moonlord weapon and then go back and kill Empress with a Moonlord weapon and, you know, all that garbage. But also, it wasn't off limits. I wasn't about to fail this challenge because of my honor. Bro, I'll get a solar weapon and do that, but it's a last resort is the idea. Hopefully that clears things up. Anyways, I get the snowball cannon from killing Ice Queen again. A really good ranged weapon. And then I kill her one more time, and I get this. A freaking baby Grinch pet. Oh, we got like a mount. Bro, what? This is what we got from killing her? Oh my gosh. You can't make this up. We killed her 3 times. Who is that? Why do you look like that? For all my hard labor, that's what I got. That's crazy. Alright, well, we did get a snowman cannon. So even though the snowball cannon is not a melee weapon, and it doesn't match my class, I figured it would probably be enough to kill Betsy. It's a very endgame item that I know works really well in the Cultist, too. So I went ahead and I did the Old One's army again, trying to get to the final wave, so I could use this bad boy and see how well it fares. And I'm pretty sure they changed it in 1.4.5, because there's like massive explosions now that come out of it. That's not how it was 2 years ago, unless I'm crazy. Great, and my little dude has a freaking balloon on him. You're disgusting, bro. Get away, bro! So I'm fighting this event, and I actually lose on wave 6 before Betsy comes. The reason was I didn't know. I should have done more studying. The Dark Mage has an ability that can heal the Ogre up to 500 HP like every 10 seconds. So I was fighting an Ogre that was healing, and it delayed everything. I didn't know that at the time though. I just figured like I was a chud. Dude, I'm actually just failing at normal before Betsy. I think one of those crystal things was giving the Ogre HP, so I couldn't kill him. A buffed Ogre is impossible. Oh, shoot, okay. Whoa! Bro, they sent him to finish me off. That's crazy. Grinch, get him. And I actually take a break here to do some extra preparations. I decided to fight 4 pirate invasions for money. And after I did that, I made a mushroom biome above my house so that the truffle would move in. And from him, I could buy the Truminator, whatever the name is. And then if I collect a bunch of mushrooms underground and use some of the chlorophyte I had earlier, I can make shroomite bars. No, we are not switching to ranger. Frick that. I love my defense. I love it so much. I love just sitting there, bro, and tanking. But you can actually make something called a mini nuke with shroomite bars, which is like an upgraded rocket for the snowball cannon. It's a very like niche thing. Most people probably won't do, but I know it from a video I did like over 2 years ago. So with upgraded rockets and upgraded damage, I went back to this event finally to hopefully kill Betsy once again. I get to the 6th wave and I beat it. There's hearts on the ground. Yes, okay. Okay, Betsy's here. Okay, I'm just gonna use the snowball cannon. I should leave. I just my nose. There we go. Not a good time, but can't even heal up for a minute, bro. Bro, what? Ah! I'm gonna have to recall away, dude. I don't know. And we fail Betsy again, and almost die in the process too. Like I said, this was at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. My brain wasn't fully in it. And genuinely, there was no reason to risk that much versus Betsy at that moment.
What do you gain from that?
Bro, she spawned when I was half HP, and some reason I didn't like leave immediately. Definitely a 2 a.m. brain decision. Playing hardcore when you're butt tired and staying on the game is like a guaranteed death type of thing. So, good thing I hopped off and got back on the next morning. Just kidding. I continued to play at 3 a.m. So at that moment, I went to go fight the cultist at 3 a.m., barely awake, barely competent. I compare this state of being very much to being a drunk driver. You're in the seat, but you're not all there. I go to kill the cultist so that I can spawn the pillars, beat the solar pillar, and get a solar weapon to kill Betsy. Cultist being one of the final 3 bosses in the game. A boss I usually struggle with a lot. Don't know if that's embarrassing to admit or not, or if that's a familiar event. The hardest part about a cultist by far is going to be the dragon that spawns when you attack the wrong cultist when he does his clones. As you can see, his other attacks aren't much of a problem, and I was dodging them pretty well. Even my Grinch was dodging them, like, insanely well. I'm starting to like this little guy. Let's go, boy. But I had to be careful which cultist I would shoot, and usually that's my problem. But for some reason in this fight, the cultist was glowing red. I still don't even know what that's from. I guess the Ichor arrows. But it made finding the right one insanely easy. Actually, I'm realizing right now, it's my hunter potion. I'm just comprehending that during the voiceover. My hunter's potion shows you the right one. That's awesome. And also my spores are helping me very much so. And without any dragon spawning, bro, this dude is actually very easy. Surprisingly, I usually always struggle with him, but I take him out. Boom! And the 4 celestial pillars are spawned in my world. Time to get off for the night and get the solar pillar in the morning. Think I'm about to get off for the night? No, but we gotta keep playing. We gotta keep playing.
Don't let me leave, Murph! No! No! No!
Okay, I'm gonna go investigate. The strategy was just to dip my toes into the biome, spawn some creatures, and then leave the biome and fight those like one-on-one. There was no way I would run into the middle of the solar pillar and try to fend for my life. That's a good way to die. And I was going to use the snowball cannon to home and kill all of them, hopefully easily, but they are pretty tanky. Some of the hardest enemies out of all pillars. And when I was dipping my toes in, they would spawn behind me. Not even in front of me, bro. They just surround you instantly. It was like I was in the middle of the pillar, even though I was on the outside. Dude, worm. So I had to be extremely careful. Dude, they spawn behind you. That's crazy. Do not touch me, please. I know these guys do an insane amount of damage. Like, I'm talking like a couple hits will kill you, right? Also, I had to stay on the ground layer too, because if I went in the air, that dragon thing would attack me. So I did that. And slowly but surely, just by dipping in and out, I was able to kill the 100. And then I went into the biome to try to take out the heart. Now we have to actually get in there. Ooh. Alright, recon mission. We have to actually get deep in here now. Stay on the ground level. Ice gates, go quicker. Oh. There we go, here it is. A damn worm's gonna attack me, I already know it. I need to collect the secretement from this thing after as well. Yes, dude, yes! I don't even know how to like go upwards to get me. They suck. I'm just kidding, I'm a movement legend, that's why. Okay, okay. Clear out the inventory. Uh-huh. Dude, yes. Yes. Ancient manipulator. Honestly, I want to make the solar eruption, but I hear the daybreak's better. I think we should get the solar eruption though, right? We can make both. Yo. So with my new weapons, I go straight back to the arena to take out Betsy once again. And as I'm finishing up wave 6 before Betsy comes, unfortunately I am like kind of half HP. I'm low again as she comes, but my weapon is good enough, so I just stick it out. And I'm not even going to be talking much in this fight because, bro, it was 4 a.m. I was trying to make some juicy progress. But because I started this fight low, I was kind of scared and I wasn't too confident with like my aiming. I was more focusing on dodging. And because of that, I couldn't kill her. The event ends up ending. And I try to kill her like as the event's ending, as it's over, but even that I couldn't do. She still had 8k HP. But I do the event again, and this time I'm able to complete wave 6. Very easy. The easiest I've ever completed it. And I have plenty of time to just wait around for Betsy at full HP. Here it is. And she comes, and I get into a fat 1v1. The Daybreak has this mechanic where sometimes the weapon will actually stick into the boss and deal damage over time. So I was choosing to use that over the Solar Eruption, even though I like the Solar Eruption way more, low-key. And I was just really focusing on hitting these shots while the crystal was being destroyed. And without even really getting low, I'm able to do it this time. Yes, finally. Yes, yes, yes. And funny enough, we get the flying dragon, but we no longer need it. But hey, I'll use it as a trophy, hanging up on my wall. No, like literally, I hung it up. I was feeling sentimental. Who did I struggle with more, like Betsy or Skeletron, bro? I don't even know. But that only leaves one final boss in the game left before I'm crowned a player who has beaten the entire game without dying a single time. And I beat every boss. Maybe, almost. Honestly, it's impressive to have come this far. That's like something in and of itself. But to not like put the jar in the lid, to not put the mayonnaise back in the fridge, like to not finish it off with a kill of Moonlord would be stupid. And it would ruin everything. It would taint everything I've done so far. And as the time of editing this and doing this voiceover, I have not even done the fight yet. I edit as I play, so everything comes down to this very moment. I'm about to hop in the game and fight Moonlord and see what's up. It's honestly mind-blowing to think that, like, I'm here. My video's 2 hours long. I've survived with 14 or 15 near-death experiences so far. By the grace of God alone. Miracles. I'm talking miracles for someone like me to get this far. And all I have to do is beat the final boss to seal the mayonnaise pickle jar. Yeah, I kind of forgot we also have to fight 3 pillars too. They're kind of hard, so we should probably do that. So the first one I go to fight is the ranger one. And my corrupted fishing area made like a nice natural defense against them. I never realized, but blocks are like OP for these things. I ended up being like perfectly safe, and my solar eruption can hit enemies through the walls. So boom bada bing, got that one down, and then went for the heart. All right, going in. Going in. Bro, they're like spawning lightning on me. Yo, chill. I don't even want this secretement. I don't think I'm even gonna collect it. All right. Then I made my way over to the next pillar, which seemed actually like a lot harder. And because the blocks worked so well in the last one, I tried to do that here too, but they were just hitting me through walls and like worms were coming at me. So I did have a couple recalls away, and I had no idea what was even hitting me. What am I doing differently? Is this pillar just harder? I got to like half HP multiple times, but I'm able to take that one out too. And this time we do collect the secretement. And I made the Stardust Dragon Staff, but we didn't have much money to reforge our stuff, so I didn't even reforge it. I mean, I need that money to use the nurse in the Moonlord fight if I, get low. And now, before fighting the final pillar, I take this time to fish and make potions. And at this point, bro, I had scraps. I was rationing my potion supply this whole time. I had like one of every potion, not even. Barely enough ingredients to make anything, dude. I was hanging on by like a feather. I'm not much of a potion maker, so I barely scraped together enough to make some good potions from fishing. I also found one more life fruit underground, so I could make 3 jungle juice for this Moonlord fight. And then I go to fight the final pillar, but these guys could go through blocks, and they kept hitting me. And I end up slurping down literally not just 1 jungle juice, not just 2, but all 3 of my jungle juices. What? And I didn't have any more danger sense potions to reveal traps, so I didn't want to go underground in the jungle to find another life fruit. Nor did I have time. I was breaking this pillar right now and spawning the impending doom, which is exactly what I do. I survive the pillar, and I break it. Now, before we get into the fight, let me do a quick few cinematic flashbacks. Alright, so let's just start by making the character. I'm like the Terraria version of Dream, so yeah. I've not played expert mode in years. Genuinely years, because just master mode is just kind of like the thing you play if you have 1,000,000 hours on the game. So I feel like I could probably beat it first try. Genuinely. Like, I should be able to, bro. But, you know how these things go, dude. Alright, perfect. Now let's get into the fight. So the first thing I do is I pop my roller skates, and then I swap off my spore sack for a worm scarf, which is just going to be more useful versus Moonlord. And in this fight, I am pure silent, so that's why I'm voicing over. So I knew Moonlord's laser beam did an insane amount of damage. I forgot how much, but I was thinking like possibly even half my HP could go if I hit his laser. So that was the thing I was watching out for, and his eye actually does indicate when it's going to do a beam, so that's very useful to freaking watch out for. And while he's doing that, I'm trying to break his hands. Now, as I'm breaking the hand, his eye opens up again, and I know a laser is coming, so I fly up, and I bonk my freaking head on my Pirate Boulder Arena. But I live. I live, and it didn't even do that much damage. However, I knew I got lucky. Like, damage adds up versus Moonlord very quickly, dude. He can do like 5 hearts of damage, and there's so many little projectiles. I was about to break his left hand, but then I remembered the fight gets harder every time you break one of the eyes. So it's better to break them all at the same time so you have a less amount of time fighting the harder eyes, if that makes sense. So immediately I switch over to the other eyeball to fight that and break them all at the same time. And while I do that, another beam comes. I break the right eye and then the left eye, and then I'm going for his forehead eye, and he shoots the other beam. Oh, I dodged that. No way I dodged that. And bro, my black belt came in clutch. And then I get the middle eye broken, which opens up his heart. Just gonna spam dash. Spamming dash should probably keep me as far away as possible. Ate that somehow. We're gonna go under him. I'm half HP, bro. What? Use the nurse. 1 nurse heal allowed per fight. Hee hee. Come on. Yes, they're all stuck in there. He's dead. He's dead. Yes. Yes. Yes, every boss expert mode. Without dying a single time. Not a single time. Not a single time. And that's the credits. Not a single time did we die, beating the entire game, every boss. Okay. I feel like I've changed as a human throughout the making of this video. Whew! We did it. We don't need this armor anymore. We can be free. We can be free. We can be free. Thank you for coming on this journey. Don't really know what to say. I feel like I've lived an entire different life, bro. Feels kind of like unreal, because like I was editing my video, recording the video, just going back and forth, like for over a month it's been. Never made a video over 40 minutes on my channel. Made a 2-hour video, like jeez. This has been like a whole experience, bro. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Don't have to die in real life. Nurse. Succulent nurse. Let me kiss you in your hot mouth. You look just like your father, kid. Just like your father.